And we're back. Thank you for being with us. 1A state championship football from SCISA this afternoon from Oliver C. Dawson Stadium at South Carolina State University in Orangeburg, South Carolina. We have a tie score between the Williamsburg Academy Stallions and the College Prep Warhawks. 8-8 right now. 2:52 to go in the first quarter. And we appreciate you being with us. Another great game coming up tonight at 7:30.
And we welcome you to the SCISA
the same stadium.
Class
so if you need something
1A
to do,
state championship game where the College Prep Warhawks just tied up on a fourth and goal, 1 yard sneak in the end zone by Calhoun. A gutsy drive and a great bounce back drive after
State Bulldogs.
They
are
threw
going,
interception on their first
MEAC
possession.
championship against Delaware
Patrick
State.
picked
We
it
got
off
a
for
Gilman Bruin up there in Delaware. It's 21-17 in favor of the Bulldogs right now.
Williamsburg Academy offense.
11 more minutes.
This will be the first time
see if they can bring home another
actually
conference
not
championship
quite.
back to
It
South
wasn't
Carolina.
pick six. They'd have like one possession
Kick is
or
low,
one play.
driving kick to about the 15-yard
full
line.
drive
Returned by the Stallions. Had a seam there, but it closed up on him. He gets out to about the 32.
We are
we are
all tied up
10 for the
8-8
Stallions.
here. This is the SCISA 1A state championship game. The Williamsburg Academy Stallions and the College Prep Warhawks. Wesker
for the first quarter.
and we'll be joined by Marcus Walsh. Marcus, I sent you a link. Hopefully you'll be joining us soon. We'll also be potentially joined by Max Arraj.
This is a Stallions
who is at the game on location.
Drive.
Yeah, 100%.
Over there
They've only ran one other play up
in
to this point in this
South
game.
Carolina State University, which will also play host the South Carolina High School League
Will Furs has
state title
for his team
games
today.
in 2 weeks, and we could be there again because Hampton County
from the 32.
is still alive after they absolutely dominated Manning at their place. Heck of a revenge statement from
timeout.
The Hurricanes there. Unfortunately, Hilton Head Seahawks falling to a heartbreaker 31-28. That was a tough one, but certainly a lot to be proud of from the Seahawks. A game they really seemed to have no business in.
You're watching SCISA 1A
championship
championship football.
They were tremendous. And
hi, come on in. Hi. Okay, let's start by watching a short video.
Pills, it's really easy to get.
Hilton Head High, a tough defeat for the.
You just took one pill.
I love my mom. I don't want her to worry.
One A state championship football coming to you live from Orangeburg, South Carolina. Good afternoon. If you're just joining us, I'm Trip Boykin along with Wes Sharp and
coming up short.
Arthur Sharp. Thanks for being here for this
a
weekend
very
of champions.
collegiate
certainly been enjoying it. We're glad you're here with us. Williamsburg with the ball. This is really their first drive since the interception and the score at the first part of the game.
We are back.
Fake handoff up the middle.
Underway here.
Going to keep it over to the near side, out to the 40-yard line. That'll be just shy of the first down. So it'll be second down and probably
I went
one.
Live early
where they
because I
mark
knew
it.
that Marcus.
Yep, second and one
would be coming in here. So we will check and make sure. But really good response drive there from the College
two wide receivers, one to each side, tight end and two backs in the backfield.
End up tying it 8-8 on a very long drive. They end up
great fake going over to the left side.
Nice
You have some
swing
room
pass there.
Hit and drop.
Big gain for the Stallions.
That was number 11.
We saw what they did offensively.
Eli Brown
against Thomas Hayward, and
on
that
the carry.
Really was the problem for the
First
Rebels.
down
they could
across
not find a
midfield.
way to pick up a stop against this Williamsburg offense.
Ball spotted
you kind of saw
at
right
the Warhawk 42.
how lethal they can be in terms of that passing game. And, just like we have seen before, it has been a Boulder that has been the difference. This time, Micah Boulder is the big man under center, and swing pass there, very effective. Carlton Prep's defense, can they find a stop here? Late
Fake
first
handoff,
quarter,
looking deep.
we are tied.
Nope. Oh, across the
and
middle.
That pass is incomplete.
Just behind him a bit.
Done there by
Pass
Carlton Prep's
incomplete.
D. Thank you for joining us here. This is the SCISA 1A
Intended for
state
number 7.
championship game, wrapping up what has been a really fun weekend of high
That was,
school
Charlie
football.
Calder,
We
intended
saw
receiver.
Hampton County
Incomplete,
with a
so
dominant
second down and
victory
10.
yesterday at Maine. Hilton Head falling
A
just
minute
short.
48 on the clock in the first quarter.
As you see the
Tie ball
scores
game,
right there,
8-8.
Gray Collegiate 31-28 over the Seahawks, and then Hampton County with a 56-6 drubbing over Manning. So that is where we are right now. Is
Here's a snap.
The finale
Big
this weekend
handoff.
for the
Quarterback's
1A
gonna
state
take it.
title, last
Going
game
around
of the
side.
season for both of these two teams. They look to
He is very close to the
grab
first down marker, maybe a yard shy.
the trophy here.
He's stopped by number
What is a
55.
terrific venue. Obviously,
Everett
it has
Temple.
been at Charleston Southern in the past, but they have moved
See where they
venues
mark
here.
this.
It is
Just a yard shy.
here
So
at South
not
Carolina
even a
State
yard, it's
due
more
to
like an
a
inches.
scheduling conflict.
second
with
down
the
and
football
inches
team.
to go.
Ball
now at the 32.5 yard line.
This is the championship game. This is the 1A championship game. Now, we will be definitely be there. Although Max Arraj is here at this game, and we will have him join us later
Handoff
on.
going up the middle. He's got room.
Another
Certainly gets the first
picked
down.
up on 3rd and shorts for the Stallions, as the prolific
And that was number
offense
10 on the carry.
has shown their
That was
prowess
Grant Small.
so far. They only had a couple of plays
first down
in that first
for the
drive because the
Stallions.
interception set them up in the red zone when Kale Owens threw that pick. But now we're starting to see the Williamsburg Academy
117
offense
and
really get
ticking in
going.
the first quarter.
And we should be coming up towards the end of the first quarter here. You don't see a clock
Snap.
on the
Handoff
broadcast.
going
You
up
may
the
have to
middle.
turn it on just to.
Number 10
as
again,
it
still
gets closer,
driving.
we
He's
can
inside the
hear some more
15-yard
info,
line to about the
because,
14.
We don't know too
Again,
much
Grant
about
Small on the carry.
in terms of everything.
Another good drive being
that's
produced
going on
here.
in terms of the game time, the game clock. But
Yeah,
we're assuming it's late in the first quarter, but
offense is,
with the Williamsburg Academy Stallions
making some plays
continuing
happen over there.
to
But
flex their muscles
excellent tackle
offensively
there by
here.
Charlie Walker. Because if he doesn't make that play, that might be another 6 points for the
Turn the
Stallions.
volume up slightly. At least for right now.
Handoff again. This time they're waiting on him, though. Nothing doing there. Grant Small on the carry.
Thank you for joining here
Caden
on
Kynard, or
Lowco Pigskin
Kennard
Live. Just
on the stop. Leads the
trying
stop.
to troubleshoot some
Warhawks.
technical things live while we have
Second
this
down
going.
and 9
A
from
pretty solid
the
start on offense for Carlton
13-yard line.
Prep. Unfortunately, defensively,
Of the Warhawks.
Williamsburg
Getting tied
has
up,
been
15
able
seconds
to
on
really
the clock.
set
They
the
get
tone
one
with
more
the ground
playoff
game as
if he so
you were
chooses.
seeing right here.
Man in motion. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper going off right side. Has some success. He's inside the 10-yard line there.
This is the challenge of
That'd be about a
facing Kyle
5-yard
Fuller,
gain.
who can make things happen on the ground. We haven't
Michael
seen them
Balder
throw
on the
it.
carry.
So
That will end the first quarter.
That is the end
where
of
we
the
have a
first quarter.
tie score, 8-8.
Tie game
as we
after
go
one, but
to
Williamsburg
the end of the first period. It will switch sides of the field. We'll also thank our sponsors, and we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching 1A Championship Football from SCISA on SCISATV.net.
Of Williamsburg on the first or second play from scrimmage. And then after that, we saw Carlton Prep really deliver a nice long drive. It was around 15 plays, could have been more than that. And they punched it in on a Kale Owens run. That was a little bit of everything. It was mostly Kale Owens doing his thing alongside a heavy dose of the ground game, which has been such a staple of this Carlton Prep offense with Tanner Wolf and then Thomas Corbett, the main target out wide. Who has been very effective. So going to be up to Carlton Prep's defense to pick up some stops in this game because Williamsburg has really shown a lot from their offensive attack so far, really all season long. But we saw it again in that Hayward game last week. But
And we're back 1A State Championship Football.
like it might be a
from Oliver
handful.
C. Dawson Stadium at South Carolina State University in Orangeburg, South Carolina. We're at the end of the first quarter, and we're tied up 8-8, 12 more minutes put on the clock.
So far, it has been
And Williamsburg Academy is
Williamsburg
driving.
able to get the first turnover.
They're
of the
down
game,
3rd
which
and
is
5 from about the
But a
8-yard
third down
line.
here, so a chance for the defense to potentially
About to get
minimize
back underway
damage.
here. The shadows are starting to get long, Mr. Sharp.
Yeah, it's
They are. I wonder if they'll play a
already
factor on this
closing in
ball
at 4
game.
o'clock on this late
I
afternoon.
thought the wind would if we'd have been
Ball
kicking field
game.
goals earlier in the day. Here's the snap. Up the middle. Just as get to him.
There for
Again,
that
number 10,
Warhawks defense.
Grant Small
Pretty
on the
big goal.
carry.
Good job by
He
that
gets the first down. It'll be first and
Williamsburg
goal
line.
for the Stallions from
A lot of
about the
veterans,
3-yard
good
line.
workers on this Williamsburg squad. Made it look easy there, and now they are knocking on the door of scoring again. Early second quarter.
11:35.
SC State University.
Fresh set of downs. 3 yards to pay dirt. Out of the shotgun. Snap handoff going up left side. Nobody there.
Untouched.
Walks right in.
Untouched.
Number 10. No problem. That's Grant
That was
Small
Grant
for the
Small.
touchdown for the Stallions.
It just shows how
we
many
knew coming
weapons
into
this
this
Williamsburg
game
Academy
that Grant
has,
Small
and
was going to make some plays.
Small has
He
really been
leads the
that,
team in
that
rushing
big-time
coming
catalyst
into
on
it
the
with
ground. He
almost 2,000 yards. I'm
Yeah,
sure he'll
has
surpass this marker today. That's touchdown number 26 on the ground for him on the season.
yards.
What a year for him, as he's
on
still
the
got
ground. So he
another year to go, as he's only a
on
junior.
the verge of breaking that 2,000 mark on the season.
Once again, going for 2.
Impressive.
The Stallions
At
are.
what level that you play at.
Quarterback keeper going up the middle.
And can they find a way to stop
think
him?
he's
on
in.
this
He has 2
two-point
points.
attempt? It's going to be close.
All right, Williamsburg. 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point
And
conversions.
They got it.
They're up 16-8 over Colleton Prep at this point. 11:20 to go in the second quarter, in the first half of play. And we're going to once again thank a sponsor, and we'll be back. 1A championship football from SCISA on SCISATV.net.
To break the serve, if you will. So far, it really has been the stop defensively that the Stallions were able to make on that initial drive. But so far, looking like could be a back and forth tight one early on. But while we're in a break here, just going back to what we saw last night, 2 tremendous ball games. I mean, one which was just an impressive domination for Hampton County as they
We're
rolled.
back 1A state championship football from Orangeburg,
Tremendous
South Carolina.
performance, as you would have
Stallions
expected,
just scoring
by
a Grant
again,
Small
single dozen
3-yard
quick break.
touchdown
We're
run,
right back here
2-point
to
conversion.
go.
Makes it Williamsburg 16,
Ned,
Carlton Prep 8.
we'll talk a little more
Stallions
about that
kicking
one
off to the Warhawks right now.
Truly admirable effort by the Seahawks.
Doing
down.
the honors for the
Touchdowns,
Stallions.
back to tie
Grant
it.
Small.
With about a minute or so left, and then Great Collegiate went down the field.
Bouncing kick and low kick.
Set them up with
mishandled.
Low. Is that ball?
A loose ball.
Williamsburg actually got that
I
ball.
think Williamsburg recovers.
Oh, my.
Let's see. They're going to sort out the pile.
As I said, Great Collegiate went down to kick the winning field goal to beat Hilton last night, and it looks like this might be
Williamsburg says they have it.
over in this game.
Covered by number 3 there for the Stallions.
They'll make the signal, and Williamsburg.
Yep, Williamsburg ball.
Special teams.
So fumble on the kickoff.
And that is something you can
It's going to be Gamble Wilson with that recovery.
It's extra chances, extra possessions, because they are just performing at a high level right now, and that is not what you
said
want
by
to
Gamble Wilson.
Yes.
This point in the game. If
So
you are,
Williamsburg with tremendous field position.
the Warhawks
Ball spotted at the 27.
Also join us later. We may have Jeff
Right
Riley.
line, first and 10.
He wants to join. Give his thoughts on the high school.
Look at the
football
pass across the
season and
middle.
pass first
Got his
down.
man, I believe. Complete to number 8. It is.
Like that. Close to the 10-yard line. Stallions.
So Al Castleman on the reception.
And the Warhawks find a
First
an
down.
on defense. They're going to need one.
And well into Colleton Prep territory. 11
So far,
minutes on the clock. 11 o'clock. It's been that long, though, hasn't it, Wes?
It has.
If you don't know.
Alder,
might even still be fall. I don't know.
Alongside some stellar plays defensively. They forced
First
2
and
big
10.
turnovers.
Again,
One on special teams.
handoff going up right side.
Nice
Didn't
stop.
stop, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line to about the 7-yard line.
Much better
Gain of
defensively there on
about
the
5
run.
on the play. 4, second down and
Those
6
guys up front look
for the Stallions.
shut down that run
10:27
game
and ticking on the clock.
force Boulder to make some big throws in the passing game. See if the school line defense can make a stop here inside the 10 in the second quarter.
Looking for the
8
play from the
Williamsburg.
sidelines.
Stallions are on the move again.
Here they go. Snap.
Well
Hand
done.
off to number 10. He's up into the bit. Not much going there. Grant Small again on the carry.
Kind of the work ethic of this Carleton Prep defense, and they will find ways to
Rip Smoke making the
press you
stop,
and
number
make it difficult.
66. The ball is
Greg
at
Lane,
the
they'll-
7-yard line,
they'll
third down
find a
and
way
5.
to find some adjustments and get themselves in some good opportunities to
9:32
down.
and
This is a
counting.
big, crucial play here if you can find a way to stop them. Although you expect them to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure in terms of their kicking game.
Hand off to number 10.
Oh,
Oh, no, I think he trips over his own man's foot. Dives forward very close to the first down.
Yeah, pretty good burst momentum there on that.
That'll bring
on
up
that
about
flip.
4 and maybe a yard and a half.
They say he went down closer. He's right at the 5-yard line. So 4th down and about 3.
It will be 4th
2.
and very short. So still a chance here for the Warhawks
closer
to get
to
the
3.
stop.
So they're going to leave the offense on the field and give it a go. Up 16-8 over Carleton Prep at this point.
Keep it out
4th
for
down,
Balder
handoff.
on the ball. There he is.
Oh,
and
what do
he
you think,
may
Wes? I think he came up short.
Yeah, he's short.
May have been short.
Once again, Rip Smoke making a big play there.
How about that defensive effort?
Turnover
It's
on
gonna be a
downs.
goal line stand
Boy,
for the Warhawks.
Warhawks dodged one there, didn't they?
Oh
Most
my!
definitely, you know,
What an effort from that.
unfortunately
that
turned the ball over
defensive
off of a
front.
bobble
And
kickoff
can
return.
you
So
say
fortunately, it
important
didn't cost so
that
many
Rip
points. Definitely
and
had a couple
that defensive front
guys
was
over there
right
pretty
there.
scared that,
Huge
you know, you go down
momentum. We were talking
two
about
scores in the
which
state
team
championship
can
game.
come
That's
up
not easy to come
with
back from.
those big
That's
defensive
true.
plays, and there you go, Colleton Prep.
Got a long field to
Stopping
go,
the
8 minutes
Stallions
and
inside
32
the 10.
seconds.
That is absolutely enormous.
To
Well
try to
done
tie this thing up again.
by this
Williamsburg
Warhawks
16,
defense in a spot where they
Carleton Prep
really
8
need to
right now,
make
8:32
a
on the
stand.
clock.
They do. So let's see if
Shotgun snap out of the end
back
zone.
to work here and
Throws-
do his
oh,
thing, and that is
almost
dangerous
intercepted.
Throw.
Incomplete pass,
Very
though,
dangerous.
around the 15-yard line.
It's fortunate that fell to the ground incomplete.
Charlie Calder,
Charlie Calder
was the
is
defender on that.
He was right there and displaying some terrific coverage. And
number 4,
Owens, a gunslinger,
Fisk
he likes to
was the
throw
intended
deep. He had a
receiver, I
beautiful
believe.
throw to get them to this point a week ago
All right, 2nd down.
against
and 10.
Dorchester Academy in what was a thrilling
Ball
comeback
spotted
win
on the,
for,
we'll call that the 4-yard line, it looks like.
Don't sleep on his ability, so they spread him out wide again. Ken Owens
Look at
empty
the pass.
backfield.
Oh, wide open in the corner.
Oh,
Got his
the
man
triple
out to the
dime.
20, 25, and finally
Dime.
upended. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to give him forward progress up to the 27. So they get out of the danger zone back
Broderick, I
there.
believe, on the
And that was
catch.
Tanner Wolf with a nice pickup there by the Warhawks.
So first
Well done
down for the Warhawks.
That pressure and deliver an
Out of the
accurate
shadows
throw
of the
there by
end
Kel
zone.
Owens.
8:18 on the clock and
Dangerous.
ticking.
8 minutes to go.
He was wide open.
When you bring more guys to pressure your quarterback, there's going to be somebody that's going to be wide open. And good job for Kel Owens there to find that man.
Nice
And
fake up
a
on it,
little
going around right side.
deception there as he
Out to
turned it over
about
the right
the
side.
36-yard line. They'll mark it at the 35.
Kel Owens showing his versatility
That'll
right
be about 2 yards shy of the first down.
Play called by
So
Greg
2nd
Langdale.
and 2 for the Warhawks.
Offensive line doing their part. How big momentum swing is that to get that stop and a goal to go or inside the 10
7:55
situation
on the clock.
for Williamsburg Academy. So first down picked up after that tremendous
Oh, breaks through
throw
some
and nice.
defenders and gets
Hustle
forward. That's
there
number
by-
1 on the carry. Cale Owens, he'll have the
Just
first down
trucked
and a
it
little
to
bit
down.
more. So the ball will be at the 43-yard line, first and 10 for the Warhawks, making a
Will be-
drive here. 7:40 on the clock and ticking.
We have a first down. Trying our best to see the chains here on the broadcast. We appreciate all the hard work SCISA does to give us these opportunities. Follow these games.
Up the middle, puts his head down, driving hard out to almost the 50, depending on where they mark it. That'll be just shy of the 50-yard line. Great run. That was number 1 again, was it, Wes? Nope, that was number 2. Tanner Wolf.
I
on the
like how
carry.
they're kind of switching up, giving some carries to
So
Tanner.
second
Walsh,
down and 4
but I
for the
feel like
Warhawks.
Kellog's going to be really dangerous anytime he
Ball
keeps
just
the ball
shy of the 50-yard line. Down
in his
8
arms
to 16 right now. Just under 7 minutes in the
defenders
first
miss.
half remaining. Snap out of shotgun, looking to pass, going across the middle, got his man. It's complete out to about the 45, so forward progress should be the first down.
He's cooking now.
It will be. They'll mark it about the 46, give me about the 44-yard line.
Right out of the way, but since then,
First down for the Warhawks.
The Calhoun's that
very methodical
we
drive
expected
they've
to
got
see
going here. Both teams,
State champions.
very impressive.
Team.
Yeah, I like that Colleton's really taking their time. They're not trying to, force anything. It's just kind of like on
likes
their
to play an
time.
up-tempo pace,
And
kind of slowing it
they've
down
already
a bit
chewed up
here.
about 3.5 minutes off this clock. There's still 6.5 minutes left in the half. Plenty of time left in this ball game. Plenty of time left in the half. Very impressed by the way they've played today.
Quarterback run, but if they sniff it out and drop him, he might lose a yard on that one. Second down and 11 for the Warhawks. If they can go down and get a score here and even this thing up, that stop down at the 4-yard line is going to be quite an important moment in this ball game.
Most definitely. And something else that's really impressive about this team, this Warhawks team, 16 of their starters are actually underclassmen.
Incredibly
so for them to go out there and make a goal line stand like that, very impressive.
Shotgun snap again, handoff, going up the middle, head down, plowing forward, but green shirts are there to push him back. Forward progress will get him not much further than the original line of scrimmage. In fact, it looks like they'll mark it there. It'll be third down and 10 for the Warhawks. From the 43-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage. 5:20 on the clock and ticking.
Four receivers. You expect Calhoun's
looking to pass. Going to have to keep it and run it.
Throwing
it though. Oh, mercy. Wide open, but behind him. Intended for number 85. Find him. These are not numerical order. Number 85, yep, Mateo Castillo.
An accurate pass as Williamsburg kind of got in his head a bit there.
Incomplete, so fourth down and 10.
4th and 10 at the 43. How aggressive that Greg Langdale will play it here.
4:54 to go.
By the way your defense has been playing, I wouldn't be surprised that you decide to punt it here.
Appears they're going to punt this one away.
They'll line up to punt the football.
3:54. Excuse me, 4:54.
Because you have the confidence now. Your defense.
Snap. The kick is away, but it's a very short punt.
Not a great punt.
And it takes a stallion bounce back out to the original line of scrimmage
from your
at the 44. So that was not much of a difference.
Goodness. That was a very
first and 10 from the 44
there on that punt.
On a very short punt.
If you decide to punt the football, I mean, this is not the execution you want in a state championship.
Williamsburg with the ball again, and 4:46 on the clock before the end of the half.
Should be joined by Marcus and Max Arraj.
Man in motion around back. Handoff going up the middle. Picks up a few yards and still driving forward. He might have about 5 on that one.
Looks like Carleton's defense is starting to settle in a bit, which is a good sign. Can they continue to do a good job of holding down the run game?
All right, second down and 5 for the Stallions. 4:16.
They did a pretty good job against Dorchester.
Right now, Williamsburg ahead, 16-8.
Hard to come by for the most
part. This 1A state championship game from Orangeburg.
They're putting up good numbers on the offensive side, but this Williamsburg team.
In motion, handoff going up the middle again. Plowing forward, just shy of the first down. Maybe missed it by 2 yards.
2 yards short of the
waiting for the official spot. About a yard on forward progress. So third down and 1 for the Stallions. 3:47 and ticking. Ball on the 47 into Warhawk territory.
Grant Small, just a junior. He has shown some disabilities in this one.
Handoff going to the middle. He's got the first down and more.
Tackle. Nice run there.
Second effort picks up more yards. So it's a first down for them. Down to around the 42-yard line of the Warhawks. 3:17 on the clock and ticking.
Relied upon their 2,000-yard rusher.
Both sets of running backs are interesting. They really lean all their weight forward. One is to put the head down and really drive. It's making a difference. You can tell it.
They've been flowing.
Vertical running is very different.
These teams have ran the football a lot.
Snap, handoff up the middle.
Another carry for Small. Thankfully
pick up about 2 yards on the carry.
They've limited
both teams' offensive lines have done an excellent job of just, making that first push for the running backs to just get through. Like you said, they've done a really good job just vertically
they've got
putting their head down, just running straight.
Tremendous size up front and just
leading the stop for them. I don't know if that's Kynard or Kennard. We're going to say Kennard.
Power and work ethic in that O-line, which you have seen it been a problem for a number of teams they have faced, but Carlton Prep hanging in there as Marcus Walsh joins the show.
What's up, buddy?
Did you get
off the middle again?
At all this year? I don't think you
Not
did.
much going there, maybe a yard.
Say that again?
Were you able to
third down and about 5.
Live at all?
I was not able to see Carlton Prep live, no.
No, I didn't think so,
Yeah.
but
I've kept up with it. I've been watching this game along with you.
In the first half.
Academy,
Again, Williamsburg ahead 16-8 at this time.
Last
but driving into Warhawk
You might
territory.
by their will to come back, and they looking to make another stop on a 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
Great fake. I bought it. Baller with the
Great
keeper.
there. They kind of
Pick up
faked
about
it out.
2 yards. Not enough for a first down. It'll be 4th down and about 3.
The Warhawks are able to stop them before the sticks.
Minute and a
It'll be
half
another
remaining in
fourth
this
down.
half.
Wes, you might want to turn the volume down on the broadcast.
All right.
It's a bit loud.
Everett Temple was in on the tackle just now.
Looks like the Stallions will burn a timeout here.
Yeah, I was watching alongside you for sure to the broadcast on SCISA TV, and just seems like the Warhawks haven't quite been able to get that big play going yet. Williamsburg continues to have huge drives and making some plays for sure. First half type game, kind of what we were expecting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like it was going to be, both offenses came in pretty prolific, especially in the run game, and I've been impressed by the defensive effort from Carlton Prep these last 2 drives.
Yes.
After Williamsburg kind of did whatever they wanted to. Well, of course, the first score was really basically off an INT. They had just one play in order to punch it in, but then that's this past drive to make it 16-8. Carlton Prep had no answer for Small, that tremendous running back, and now they've been able to really key on what they've been doing and have made a couple of adjustments. So now another big 4th down. They stopped in the prior one. They do it again here in a 4th and 3, this time from the 35 of the Warhawks. Shotgun snap up the middle. Oh, they are all over him. They got him. And that is another turnover on downs. Carlton Prep's defense. How about it?
They're looking really sharp, man. Going to the football, making some big plays, and getting through a really tough offensive line. This offense is something to watch out for Williamsburg. Carlton Prep sticking with them like glue with a bunch of quality plays.
Stream's glitching a
Looks
bit
like
here.
Yeah. Good to have some good representation from, your colleagues and mine. Obviously, Max is there and was talking to Jimmy Searson a little bit after the Lowco recap last night. And, of course, he is there, too, as a daughter that goes to Carlton Prep. I think she's on the cheerleading team. So, a couple of guys there today for this one.
Both defenses have kind of found a rhythm after it was a prolific start for both the two offensive squads. But Gallen's, just fighting his way to the end zone on that first score and the only score so far. for CPA. This point in the ball game, Owens had a chance to hit a wide open pass downfield in that last drive. Just couldn't quite. I think he was a little bit pressured or worried about that Williamsburg defense. Owens, pretty clean pocket. He's going to take off, and he will get the first. Nice job on the run. Seeing some open space. Good job by that offensive line as well. I think they've really settled into this game as well.
We talk about it so much, and certainly with all the play-by-play that I've done throughout the year, having versatile quarterbacks that can both run the football, even just getting outside the pocket. You talk about all the time extending plays, but then that can run and throw no matter what happens. Obviously, very good idea for them to keep things going on offense.
Yeah, we are under like a minute to go now. There's obviously some sense of urgency.
For sure.
The Warhawks here. Justin Jarrett might be joining us a little later, founder of Lowco Sports, and continues to help us do all that we've been able to do. He's coaching some softball.
Yeah, I think he had some other stuff going on this morning too, didn't?
It's almost Thanksgiving. They're still playing
all over the place.
Yep, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a busy time of year for all of us, for sure.
Basketball going on this weekend. We have a tournament at Whale Branch, I believe.
Yes,
preseason tournament that's going on over the weekend, and then a couple other early season games as well in SCISA. I think high school league starts next week in terms of their regular season as well. So 31 seconds to go. Max Arraj giving us the game clock because
I was wondering how you were getting that.
Yep.
It's the only real issue with these broadcasts with SCISA TV. No game clock set up.
Owens will have to escape the pocket and will be taken down in bounds. So the Warhawks will have to quickly take a timeout. And time is certainly an urgency here because at this point, I'm not sure in terms of how much of a kicking game they have, so they'll have to be pretty aggressive.
Right. They got to get it through the air.
Yeah, they have to.
No doubt.
I'm not sure how many timeouts they have left, but they just used one there, so they certainly don't have too much time and at least find an opportunity to try to take some shots downfield at this point. Carleton Prep was able to get on the board and tie it after Williamsburg scored first on an INT, and then the Warhawks gave up a long drive to Williamsburg after that to make it 16-8. But Carleton Prep's defense has kept them in it. 2 fourth down stops in a row by the Warhawks, and it's still a one-score game. Third down, I believe, coming here for CPA. Owens looks it over, scrambles to the right, throws on the run. That's going to be picked off.
Yeah.
And some running room across the 50 to the 40, but not much time left for Williamsburg to do anything with it. But Owens, I mean, I don't mind it at this rate or at this point in the game. You got to be aggressive. So I don't fault him too much with the amount of time left, but it was tough when you turn it over and you give them a chance to give them an extra possession.
I think our the announcers are a little bit ahead of the feed.
I can barely hear them, which
I'm noticing.
Yeah. Balder.
Oh, there's a deep ball.
And my goodness,
gracious.
Caught it. And it's a touchdown for the Stallions. What a disaster at the end of the half for Carleton Prep.
And that's where that interception comes back to really bite them. You got to be a little bit careful.
I believe that was Was that Smalley that play? What a tremendous catch. Wow.
We've seen some great catches in the playoffs
all
over the place.
That one hurts.
Yes, it does.
I mean, it just an incredible, that's a 14-point swing potentially from Carleton Prep tying it, and now you're down 2 scores, and Williamsburg gets the ball to start the second half. So it's certainly getting a lot tougher now for this Warhawk team, and just a tremendous throw and catch there from Balder.
He's been really sharp, managing this offense really well, doing a great job through the air as well as getting his guys going on the ground.
Incomplete in the 2-point conversion, so it is a 14-point game, 22-8. As shouldn't have too much more time left in this first half. A big time momentum touchdown at the end of the half for Williamsburg Academy after the interception. So both picks have turned into touchdowns, and that's been the difference in the game. It's been those turnovers for CPA, unfortunately. 2 important interceptions for that defense. But I will not count Carleton Prep out of this game by the way that they have responded in the past this season, but certainly they will have a lot of work to be done in the final 24 minutes of this game.
Yeah, no question about that. They're up to the challenge, though.
Yep. Yeah, 3 turnovers, and they also turned it over on a fumble. So that's the real story. Is just offensive miscues for CPA in this game, and credit Williamsburg in that defense. We talked about which defense would show up, and so far, even though Carleton Prep has made some stops, it's been Williamsburg that has cashed in off the turnovers in this game. Shouldn't have too much more time left in the opening half here from Orangeburg, South Carolina, on the campus South Carolina State. Great venue. This venue, as mentioned earlier, will also host the South Carolina High School League State Championships in 2 weeks from now. So we could be back here to watch Hampton County in 2 weeks if they're not Central next week.
Tell you what, been real impressed seeing what I've seen from afar the last couple of years with Hampton County. They keep on rolling. They're a well-oiled machine, very much like Hilton Head. Obviously, Hilton Head dropped their game last night, and we talked about that at length for sure. But Hampton's done great there in that region.
There's the first half coming to an end. A lot of work to be done for the Warhawks. They're down 22-8. A couple of interceptions turned to scores for Williamsburg Academy in that first half, and it will have to first you got to rely on that defense to make a stop heading into the half or heading out of the half, and then you're gonna need to get something going from Kim Loans in the offensive attack. As we were joined by Max Arraj, and Max certainly a disappointing ending to what was looking like a strong end of that half, but that pick thrown by Owens and then the tremendous play by Williamsburg completely changed the momentum towards the Stallions, and now quite a mountain to climb in the second half for the Warhawks.
Yeah, I think they were moving the ball down the field. I mean, they were getting some success running the football, passing the football, but mistakes have been costly, and you cannot make mistakes against this Williamsburg team. I just talked with the head coach over here for the Warhawks. I asked him, what do y'all need to do to make adjustments in the second half? He's like, we got to eliminate turnovers. That's been our biggest killer in this game. And clearly it shows. It could have been a 16-8 ball game going into halftime, but a costly interception by Cale Owens. And then very next play, a deep pass down the field. It is what it is. Unfortunately, now, Carleton Prep's got to come back down 2 scores. It's possible. They've been able to move the ball down the field. So if they can capitalize by moving the ball down the field, keep getting positive yards, I don't think Carleton Prep's out of this game just yet. I still think they got a chance to come back into this ball game and try to win a state title.
kind of reminds you of some of the games that we've seen earlier in this playoff run, both in SCISA and in the high school league. I'm wondering about the environment in terms of the weather there, Max. We've had a lot of rain here today in the Bluffton area. It looks to be a beautiful day where you're at there in Orangeburg. Any issues?
No rain at all. I mean, we've had a bit of clouds come in and out, but it has been a beautiful day, and the sun is just setting behind the stadium here at Oliver C. Dawson Stadium, home of the South Carolina State Bulldogs. Great atmosphere here. Both teams have really, the fan spaces have really showed up for both sides. But yeah, I think, it's been a great, perfect weather for football. Nice 70, 75, 76 degree weather and bit of a breeze coming into the stadium. So that helps as well.
I'll tell you what, there have been many a time we went to these state championship games and it was absolutely freezing or pretty cold this time of year. So yeah, we had a couple of really cold days earlier this month, but it's been really nice now and just perfect football weather. Maybe a little colder, maybe a little bit cooler for a state championship game. It's still nice to be out in this kind of weather to watch a state championship game. But I mean, you look at turnovers being the key factor. Even though Carleton Prep got a couple of stops, 2 interceptions, the first one being really costly, which kind of gave them a short field and easy touchdown. But then that second one as well, obviously the offense did a little bit more work there. But just tough to see 3 turnovers be a detriment to Carleton Prep going forward, because we knew which team would take better care of the ball, would have the best chance to win a game like this.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the one thing I would say is this Williamsburg defense is really fierce, and they are really deadly in the secondary, and clearly it's shown with 3 interceptions. I don't know. Multiple interceptions. Let's just go with that. And so I think, with that fierce defense, I mean, Cale Owens, the one thing I would say is he's been really doing well getting those quarterback runs and getting positive yards with his feet. But he's got to start finding ways to get the ball down the field with his hands, and he just hasn't been able to do that in the first half. So we'll see what he can do here. I'm going to hop off and leave you guys to it, and I'll come back for the post-game thoughts. But 22-8 is the score in favor of Williamsburg Academy. We'll see what Carleton Prep can do in the second half. I'll leave it to you, fellas. I'll see you guys after the game.
All right.
Sounds good, Max. Thank you.
Enjoyed the second half from Orangeburg, South Carolina home. As he mentioned, the Bulldogs of South Carolina State, where they have the SCISA State Championships this week and the High School League State Championships 2 weeks from now. But during this pause here, let's take a moment to give some shout out to our tremendous sponsors who make all these shows possible. Cannot do what we do without the help from our tremendous sponsors, our MVP sponsors, and our Booster Club sponsors as well. Make such a big impact on what we're able to do with these shows, and we thank them for all that they do. But our all-star sponsor, Mickelson Law Firm, original sponsor, the all-star sponsor, and our official real estate closing attorney, presenting sponsor of our Hilton Christian Academy coverage. Call on Mickelson Law Firm for all your legal needs. WHHI, our great partners in local sports journalism, the only television station devoted exclusively to covering the Low Country. Keep up with the latest news on WHHI TV. Marcus Walsh has been at the forefront of their sports coverage for years, available through Spectrum and Hargray, streaming online, WHHITV.com. They're getting ready to start preparing for basketball season, which
there's some other news that I've kind of been saying, look out. We've got some big news coming. The art of the tease, my friends, into December. But I would think, again, that we would start our schedule for basketball around the second week of January.
Right.
Normally, the second week of February is around when the regular season ends. So the plan, again, is to do girls and guys doubleheaders, 4 or 5 of those for the year. I would think probably 4. We covered 8 football games, so I would think we would do the same for basketball, but all contingent on what's going on the next couple of weeks leading into Christmas. So more news coming as far as that goes, but based off my schedule and how it looks the next couple of weeks, I'll be getting into gyms and kind of getting an idea of who looks good and that type of thing here in the early season, both on the high school and SCISA side of things. Again, all dependent on the games that I'm going to be covering as well. in January and February.
Indeed. Yeah, looking forward to getting to the gyms very soon as we ramp up high school basketball season across the
Wrestling's
low
getting
country.
going for you guys too.
This is the big news. We just talked about Harry Skinner staying with Bluffton. That's very
That's huge
intriguing, and I'm
news.
looking forward to really diving into more of what we're going to see on the hoops front very soon as we wind down fall sports season and this football season. Unfortunately, we had to say goodbye to one of our teams in heartbreaking fashion last night, but we talked in length about what a tremendous run Hilton had and the fact that they hung in there with one of the best 4A teams in the state in Gray Collegiate. I mentioned it earlier, but they were down 28-14. They did not allow a single point from Gray Collegiate until that very last
Very end.
game-winning field goal with 3 seconds to go. But the defense spurred them back in that game. Zarnecki was an absolute monster, as we saw all season long, scored the game-tying touchdown. How much fun did you have calling it last night?
It was a great environment. The fans showed up, and as the game got going, Max and I were looking down at the field as well as Javon, and it really got packed in there very quickly. It was just fun to be around Javon as much as I was these last few weeks, just in general, starting with the game between May River and Hilton Head in the regular season, and then we did the Bluffton Gilbert game together, and then saw Hilton Head the last 2 weeks, let alone going to Georgia last Saturday to call the NSAC championship game between Clayton State and Lighthouse Christian College. But last night was great. Hilton Head these last 2 years, starting at the top, certainly with the fine athletic department that they have, and Joe Monmonier, may God rest his soul, he had tremendous assistants that just stepped in, and obviously it wasn't easy there, on the spur of the moment, if you will, right before the start of the season, that they had to step in, talking about Fred Hunter and Angela Williams, but they did a phenomenal job. And BJ Payne,
Incredible.
Jalen Whitlow,
Yep.
certainly Sarah Bichkovsky Moore,
Yep.
Steve Skidrich, everybody has done a great job making the environment what it is. And over the many years, let alone this season, and the team knew what they were playing for. It was, a community of one, and they were playing for Joe this year, and they
Yep.
will continue to, and that's
Yes.
going to go into other sports as well throughout the
Absolutely.
season this year,
Yep.
and then
Especially,
beyond.
especially
What a
lacrosse.
tremendous
He
year!
was a tremendous lacrosse coach,
Yes,
boys lacrosse coach before he became the athletic director, and certainly he would have been incredibly proud of what this team did this year and how they fought, especially last night, to get themselves tied up late. And you look back at that last sequence there. They had them backed up. The holding call pushed them back, and then that penalty, that face mask,
yeah,
gave them the first down to around the 40. That was tough to see because you thought that it felt like they were going to stop them. We were going to go overtime, and I really liked their chances in overtime with the 10-yard rules, just because I think Hilton's offense would have operated better in that spot. But unfortunately, once again, just give credit to Gray. They made the big play.
they sure did. They
Wright
made a
was,
lot of them.
yeah. He looked like a budding star, not just at the high school level, but potentially further down the road, playing in college. With his the throw that he made on that pass that set the game-winning field goal, that was an exceptional dime to really seal the ball game. And that was
He's a freshman too, and you got the
just
Williamson brothers who were outstanding. Obviously, those three guys really keyed the offense for the most part. And then, really good kicking game. Defense, both defenses played smash mouth. I mentioned the numbers multiple times. These two teams mirrored each other in a lot of ways, and it really showed because this game was not necessarily neck and neck the entire game, but there wasn't any quit, especially out of Hilton Head, with the fact that they trailed more times than
This is
not.
a Hilton Head team that was
Yeah,
missing some big pieces on the line as well. They were not at 100%.
without question.
The guys on that line, especially defensively, really rose the challenge. It hurts, especially for Will Mendes, because he's a senior and his career.
He had a great game defensively too.
Yeah,
he was making some big plays on the defensive
they're
side.
bringing back a lot, but they're going to lose a lot
Yes.
With losing the minutes. With
Josh
the
Bigger impressed me as well, making
Yep.
some big plays. He even got in offensively, certainly with the loss of Stafford and Crockett.
Right.
He was going to be playing
Yeah.
some on the offensive line, and talking to Coach BJ Payne before the game. And, he came up through, or he came up big, certainly. Risher as well was fine on the ground, did a great job. Walters with a couple of big plays, including the pass on the little trick play in the first half, which I think led to the second touchdown. Obviously, Zarnecki, or maybe that was the first one. Zarnecki with a huge play on a kickoff return for a touchdown. And so this team just kept on battling, and that's what you expect out of Hilton Head. The way they go about their business, and talking to BJ Payne multiple times, and I alluded to it again in the broadcast last night. Every day, it's not just game day. It's not even just isolated practices during the week. We're talking about off-season work into the start of the school year and into the start of the regular season. Every day is a competition for them, and
Right.
that's what makes it even better for them to be ready for game day, regardless of who they're playing.
And that's what BJ Payne does so well. He gets
Yeah.
them prepared. He gets them ready. It goes to show. I mean, I thought
They
everyone.
have
I
fun
mean,
too.
and I thought that Bluffton was the team to beat this year in that region. But I thought Hilton Head was. They were close, like towards where Bluffton was, where May River was, and I could have seen them. I mean, I could have seen either of those two teams win that region, or even three teams. I think May River had a case as well. But you just see the way they play collectively as a team, and the way that PJ Payne just. I mean, we saw it last year too. Even though they lost a guy like Timko, you saw what Zarnecki did, and you saw that he was going to be back next year. But man, I did not expect a season like this for him or for this team. But man, to have Zarnecki putting the team on his back, not just in this game, but really all season long.
Right.
Not just the ability on the ground, which is just unbelievable when he was at his peak this year. But the defensive side of his game, he plays both ways, and he made some key plays really all season long with just that effort as well on defense. And they get to have him back next year. Of course, Derek Renishevsky really has been unbelievable in terms of his clutch factor and poise out there under center. He's be back next year, and they have a good core left on that defense, which is going to be returning. So, as we said last night, I mean, this team should be right back in the mix. You lose a guy like Jimenez, and that's someone who leaves a hole with his position, but you just see from these guys coming up in the nucleus of this team, they're going to be ready to make another go at it next year. But I mean, you expect Ray to be right back there with Wright, who will be under center again, just a sophomore, and a couple of other good skilled players. But I really like the chances of Hilton Head to make another strong run at it in 2026. We're going to see where Bluffton will be, because
I was just going to mention them.
What will happen with the Bobcats next year after, a tough year with, obviously Warren and Amari Patterson were tremendous, but they've had a couple of semi-disappointing seasons in terms of where we think they would end up. They have not had that breakthrough year in the playoffs, so I'm still not sold on what this Bluffton team will do in terms of a real state title threat so far. I mean, you expect Bishopton to be in the mix again. Although the regions will be different, so you can't expect Bishopton to be there next year because we'll have a realignment that will take place. So that's the fun part about it, because every 2 years,
right,
we have a realignment in high school league. So you really never know, because Beaufort could very well move down back to 3A. There's a small chance May River could move up to 5A based on the enrollment. So you just never know in terms of a couple of these destinations for a few teams. We could see a team like Whalebridge move back down to 1A. So I'm intrigued by what will happen. We'll definitely talk about that in the spring, because that's an issue for a little later. But
for sure, if I can just add a quick thought about a lot of those teams, including Bluffton, for teams like May River, Whale Branch, some others, certainly Hardyville as well. I think classification is going to mean a lot for them. Buford, they've struggled with injuries and have had a couple of tough seasons back to back. I think with those teams, it's going to be about classification for sure. They have the blueprint, and Bluffton does too, as well as Hilton Head. The main thing that concerns me about Bluffton, and I've said it in a roundabout way, especially the last couple of weeks, but I'm going to use a word that I really think definitely says a lot about what they need to do. They need to certainly be better when it comes to just the ability to, and I actually lost the word, but they need to be better when it comes to getting a big win and then coming back the next week and getting ready and playing. They need to really get after it once the opportunity strikes that they get a big win. Like we talk about how they play against May River, and it's no secret they've gone into the next couple of games after those May River wins, which have been huge, and they've gotten beat
Yep.
badly both times. Hilton Head, and then in the playoffs with the season that just finished for them against Gilbert. So they need to handle prosperity. Prosperity is the word. They need to handle prosperity a little bit better and realize that it's okay to enjoy a win for, a couple of days, being that it's Friday. Enjoy it till Sunday night. And then Monday, you got to get back to
Get
work
back to work. Yep.
and get after it harder than what you're getting after it. And I'm by no means saying they're not putting in the work. Not saying that
Right.
at all.
No.
But based off the results,
Right.
something's got to change there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they've been great, outside of those key factors, especially late in the season. I'm very impressed with what Hayden Gregory's done with this team for sure over his years in Bluffton. I think he has resurrected this program for the most part. But
Yeah.
we're comparing them to Hilton Head.
Yeah, I mean
and
that's
to
the
May
biggest
River.
thing. You're comparing with the rest of the teams in this region. Hilton Head,
Right.
a team which has had some down years in the past, not too long
Yes, they
ago,
have.
and now they're right back on the map and really, at a higher tier than they've ever been right now. Just in terms of what we're going to see next year potentially.
Correct.
And Payne's been there for since 2012. So I mean, this will be season 15 for him with Hilton Head, which is pretty impressive.
That's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. And he puts in so much work, as I mentioned last night, not just with the coaching, but also with the football camp in the spring, and then also with the summer activities for getting these kids opportunities. And he didn't talk that much, but Jalen Sneed's having a great year at Notre Dame. That's someone,
Isn't he? Man.
Yeah. Yep.
That's great to see. A lot of his former players, as well as players that are currently in college, let alone the NFL. You think of Poona Ford as well.
With Los Angeles, the
Leader of
Rams.
men.
Yep. Yeah. But we're getting ready for the second half here at Orangeburg. Carleton Prep trailing Williamsburg 22-8. Some scores from earlier in the week over there at SCISA Championships. We had the first two have been blowouts. Northwood Academy 61-7 over Heathwood Hall. Bethesda Academy 54-15 earlier today, repeating, which is exactly what we expected. Carleton Prep down here 22-8 as we are ready for the second half of action from the campus of South Carolina State. Just a tough ending to that first half with the touchdown off the INT, but now you're going to have to find a way to get a stop because Williamsburg gets the ball right back. This has been an offense that has been churning so far today. You need to find a way to get them quickly off the field. This is a big opening possession, just in my opinion, this first half. You cannot let this lead grow to 3 possessions right here.
Could not agree more, Wes, for sure. They have to get off to a fast start.
Max Arraj saying it's a pretty good crowd, more Carleton Prep fans than Williamsburg fans. That's great to see. They had a great tailgate before the game. I believe Max Arraj was part of that.
Yeah.
And they pulled at all the stops as just a great fan base. Williamsburg with possession to start the second half. They have a 22-8 lead. Just put up a score at the end of that first half on a deep ball from Boulder, rather. as a hole opens up for Small. Grant Small was the catalyst in that first half alongside their quarterback, their senior Micah Balder, who I would assume would be related to Conrad Balder, who was a stud in the past. Yep, I assume it's likely that they are brothers, but that will not confirm that, but it probably is the case. Nonetheless, some great talent across the years. This Williamsburg program is a little pitch to the right side. They are churning. Great play call over the Small, and they have not had an answer for him in this ball game. Not many. Williamsburg's offensive production continuing here early in this third quarter, and Thomas Aaron a shot to beat them last week. Couldn't quite find the stops, and we're seeing more of the same. Fortunately for Colleton Prep, Stallion team running all over the Warhawks right now. Desperately need a stop here early in this third quarter if they want to find a way back in this game. Oh, nicely done there. These two Warhawks churning to make the tackle. I believe that was Tanner Wolf who led the charge, two-way guy who stud in the running back position, also playing linebacker. Second down and maybe second down 10. I think they just got right back to the line of scrimmage and that was it. Another pitch left side. Well done by the Warhawks, closing in. Ben Kane, the sophomore, making a nice stop. And yeah, our game's behind. We are going as quickly as our stream will go. I guess there is some delay in terms of the stream versus the live action, which is, it's expected.
Didn't notice that earlier, but it can happen for sure.
Yeah, there's they're doing their best to bring us this broadcast. So our apologies if the game is lagging a bit slower behind. But we're doing the best we can to bring this game to you on this Saturday afternoon. Carleton Prep's defense coming up big here. And they said they're going to say that it was a catch. Pierce, the clock is running.
A bit of a stretch here, but I wonder if Tanner Wolf is related to Allen.
Well, you never know. This is some
could be cousins.
Yeah, especially SCISA. You see a lot of cousin relationships within, between different schools, and it looks like they're going to stretch out, and they may have just gotten it. Are they? It's right at the sticks. We're not sure.
Yeah, awfully close there on that play.
Yeah, they may have to bring in a measurement here. It looked very close. I think Carleton Prep may have gotten the stop, but then at first look, it is a first down. Oh man, barely. Just able to stretch it out enough to get that first down at the 39 of the Warhawks. Well done there by the Stallions. Just press that football enough so it crosses the sticks. I like how hard this Carleton Prep defense is working, but yeah, this is where you need to find a way to get the ball back without giving up any more points. And minimal gain there on first down. See right there, once again, Ben Kane working hard down there in the trenches, as well as Grayson Catterton, Aiden Willis. We're looking to step up here. Second down and long. Once again, our broadcast is running a little behind. We can't really do much about it, but we will do the best we can Going to pitch out to the right side to the 30-yard line. This Rock team has been a strong threat in terms of those outside runs here.
Yeah, and Williamsburg doing a great job of melting this clock down to start the second half.
Here they are,
Really
taking a
getting
good amount
after
of
it
time
on
out of
offense.
the game clock. Third down, about what it says here on the board. So they get it across the 30.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, yeah. So first down picked up here by CPA.
Did pick up the first down there, I believe. Maybe.
Turn the broadcast on ever so slightly so I can hear just a bit.
Yeah, sure.
Clock ticking.
Hopefully this isn't too loud
Becoming
for
more
you.
and more precious to the Warhawks. They need to get the big stop here.
Most definitely. And what's really been the drive killer for them at this point is the Stallions have executed really well on the late downs. You know,
Color guy's name is Wes, by the way.
Losing
Yes.
yards within the 3rd and 4th. We'll see the ball this
Wes,
year.
and there's a Warhawk interception.
Big play for them.
There he is.
It's intercepted
How
by number
about this
4 there
Colleton
by the
Prep
Warhawks.
defense
That's
stepping
gonna
up
be
just
Hartman
hey,
Fisk.
they needed to.
That's exactly what the Warhawks needed.
And as on
to not give
cue,
up a
they
score
get the
and
job
generate
done.
a
Hartman Fisk,
turnover.
I
Two
believe,
Stallions down.
there to make the play. What a job by that Colleton Prep D.
And there's a
Ben
flag
did not
back here
break,
at
and now they get to give themselves a
19-yard
chance.
line.
We have an injured player.
And one around the 15. They're
Looks like an
compressing over there.
injured Stallion.
Player down over here near the 32. Let's see here. See what the call is.
That's number 10 for the Stallions on the ground.
Oh, that is Grant
It's gonna be
Small who's
Small.
down.
He's up.
He's mad.
Walking off.
But good to see for Colleton Prep and for Williamsburg. The fact that for Williamsburg that Grant Small
He's mad
is
about
back
something.
in
His helmet.
on his feet. Great sign there for the
Yeah,
Stallions.
he's had a great game to this point.
Yeah, he has been a good sign for Colleton Prep, and the fact that their
Block in the
defense got to stop and picked off a
But it is
pass.
Collins Prep's ball. But it will be their ball at the 9-yard line. They'll have 91 yards to go. But it is a turnover and a
There's some
stop.
noise outside, but
Gives new
we're
life to the
back
Warhawks here in the
live.
second half.
Or at least pseudo live. We're a
She
bit,
said
or
earlier,
I guess
your
a couple
coach is
minutes
saying, don't let
behind.
them score on the first drive.
But,
Yeah, they did the first thing they needed to do, and that's make a
Broadcast.
stop. On top of that, they also forced a turnover. What we've
It's
seen in this game
just
thus far is every forced turnover has
not
resulted in
complaining. We
points.
appreciate
So see if that holds true on this drive.
Running up the middle.
SCISA for helping
with
us
a lot
bring
of purposes. Number 1,
us these
that's
games.
Cale Owens
State championship weekend.
of the Warhawks.
SCISA football. Short game for Cale Owens. We were going to need to see a big half from him if they want to
Second
Yeah.
down and
come
4.
from behind. He has shown some magic before, especially last week on that go-ahead touchdown pass against Dorchester.
Yeah, Kale's got a lot of moxie.
You got to have urgency as well, too, because
Yeah.
well, I know it's only the third quarter, but you're down 2 scores, and Williamsburg's been taking a lot of time off the clock. So you kind of have to work a little
Right.
quick.
Looking to pass, got a man on the scene
I
here.
completely agree.
Whoa. Closing in
Breaks loose for some
on the
tackles.
quarterback right here, but still able to get a
Moves forward,
couple of
Cale
yards.
Owens
Is
again.
Owens.
He'll be near the first down mark, but I
I'll
think
tell you, they do have some good
Gosh,
size
so
in
close.
terms of SCISA size for on this
Let's see
defensive
here.
line. They have some.
second and
said
1.
earlier,
I think
I'm
they're gonna
impressed
say we
by-
have here.
This front
Nope,
for
they go-
Williamsburg. They have a
Bring out the chains. Here we go. I thought it was closer than that.
ask for a
Bring
measurement
the
here.
chains out and a measure.
This is a great facility here for a state championship game, and
Beautiful.
hopefully we'll be
On the
back
clock.
here for the Hampton County Hurricanes if they're able to win next week. We didn't mention them much about them, but they are still alive. They knocked off. They did just knock off.
Cameraman trying to get us a better
Man, they
shot of the
absolutely,
measurement here. We'll see what we got. Here
demolished
comes.
them last night
Just
by
short,
quite a score line.
about a foot short.
Up
Great shot.
50 on, I
Trey,
believe,
thank you.
on
All right.
the remaining
So
last night.
second down.
Yeah, it sounds about right. They started from the beginning of the game
Yep,
and
big game from
did not
Singletary.
take the foot off the pedal.
Yep.
Second down and a
They
little
get
under a yard
they
to
get
go.
Central, and it will be at home, which will be cool. Have a home game,
Line to make it be
56-6.
20.
Your final
Mark
score
close
just
to
crossing
19
across
now.
the screen.
I think Max and Javon plan on being at that one and calling it on Buford's own.
Very
He's got
nice.
it. Then some.
Oh, and a
Shakes
nice
the
long
tackle.
run here for the Warhawks.
And he's out to the 42,
That
43-yard line on a big run. That was
Their
number 2.
tremendous running back
Tanner
Tanner
Wolf
Wolf
on the
finds an
carry.
open seam, and they're close to midfield.
Leapt out of a couple of tackles to make that run.
Good quickness
Tanner Wolf
and
showed there
vision there by
his elite
the
speed
senior
and
back.
ability
Tanner
to just
Wolf
get to
made some
that-
big plays on
that
defense
first
earlier in
level.
this game, and now
Charlie
getting
Calder
it done
was
on offense.
in on the tackle. He comes off holding his thigh. First and 10.
Prep trying to fight back. Down by 14.
Oh,
And he
tripped up.
slipped and fell. Tough break there.
Yep.
Tanner Wolf
for
on
Tanner
the carry
Wolf.
out to the 45, so he picks up 2. He was tripped up in the backfield. I couldn't tell if that was one of his own men or
Possibly could have been friendly fire
had a
that
green
he
jersey on him or
ran
not.
into
but
one of his own guys.
He had the lane. He just couldn't get through it. Couldn't start. So at the 45. Second down
Behind
and
the
8.
sticks.
Snap.
Big
Handoff
play here on
to
second
Jones.
down.
Drew.
Oh, look out.
Still running hard out to the 45. That's a first down. Number 1 again. Nope, I think it was Tanner Wolf. Handed off to Tanner Wolf.
Apparently, Joe Gray Peoples was spotting the crowd at this
First and 10
game.
from
The
45 into
the
Stallion
head coach
territory
Patrick
now.
Henry. So good to see fellow SCISA coaches supporting each other.
Absolutely.
It's great to see.
Plowing forward. Boy, he's running hard.
Nice run by
Yeah, Tanner
Wolf
right
once
now
again.
is just running hard, running fast, running heavy. He's doing everything they're asking him to do right now, and
I think he's getting stronger as the game goes on.
I think so as well. Something we talked about early on in this game was this offensive line is very good on this Warhawks team, and all of them underclassmen as well. Very impressed by what they've been able to do and create for their backs today.
Beginning to see the hands on the hips of the defensive lineman.
How we doing on time? Do we happen to know?
Probably past the midway point of the quarter.
I would think.
Yeah.
They're there, and they make the stop.
First
No
possession
gain on
for
the
these
play.
teams,
We got
but
a flag out.
and a flag comes in at the end.
2nd and 2. Let's see what you've got.
Carlton Prep has been mostly relying on the ground in this drive. Not much in terms of Owens throwing the ball. It's been mostly number 2 who has had the work. Tanner Wolf.
Personal
We
foul.
get ourselves a
on the
personal
Stallions.
foul on the Stallions, so
Dead
it'll be a
ball
first
personal
down
foul.
for Carlton Prep as
That's going to gain.
looks like a 15-yard
Another
penalty against the
15.
Stallions.
That pushes the ball
That'll
down to the
put it inside the
22-yard line.
25,
First and
close
10
to the red zone
for the
here for
Warhawks.
Warhawks.
3:27 on the clock in the third quarter.
That is a big sign of momentum, possibly if they can use it to their advantage and get even closer talking about Carlton Prep. Those mistakes always make coaches scratch their heads.
No doubt. You said downs for the Warhawks. Play
Fingers off
action over the
Russell,
middle,
batted
and
down.
it may have been
Big play
deflected.
by number 7. That's Charlie Calder.
Charlie Calder, who
Probably
has a
could have
standout
intercepted that.
for the
He batted it down.
Stallions. I think he made the
Pulled out
play
to his
there
right.
with a
So second down.
his body on the
10
football.
from the 22.
So second down and 10 coming up. As you said, may just be in the third quarter, but how many more positions are you going to have with how quickly these, or just with how much time they've been able to take off? You got to have urgency to find a way to score points here and punch it in the end zone. Every possession is so
Pass complete to
critical,
number
and there's a
4. He's got
pass
a
over the
room.
middle
Being
inside the
pursued and
10,
stopped at the 5-yard line.
Down to
What's
the
first
5.
down?
down to the
They'll
5,
mark it at the 5.
and
First
that
and goal
is
from the 5.
Got to get points here.
Hartman Fisk, who had I believe had the pick earlier. Warhawks are threatening. As Purple Soldiers, and there we go. Here's the clock. They just showed 2:35 to go, so they did just show the
First and goal from the
the
5.
time. So we are very quickly nearing the end of the quarter.
Yeah, this is money time.
Up the middle, he's got room. He's
And
That's a
they
touchdown.
will score a touchdown.
Warhawks.
Colleton
And
Prep.
That's exactly what the Warhawks needed to do. They forced
What
the
a
turnover, get the
drive
ball,
after the
then they
interception.
drove the
They
whole field. That's
take it all the
exactly
way
what they
down the
needed to do to
field,
get
and we
back
got
in this
ourselves a ball game.
Now
And they
just
did it, you know, they
possessions away
weren't
from doing
super
so.
hurried
You said it.
as
Points
as in
off
frenetic,
turnovers in
but
this
they did
game.
it quickly,
You know,
and that's
coming
what
into
they're going to
this
have
game,
to do.
talking to both
Getting
coaches,
some
and,
big stops
you know,
on
what was
defense
really
as
the
well,
key to
heading
the
into
game
this
for them.
fourth quarter as we
Carlton
just
Prep
have a
coach
couple of
said
minutes left
was
in
they
the
really just
third.
needed to keep the game
They're
within
still
one
down a
score,
score,
avoid
so
getting pushed around
got to keep
late.
that pace
And
up.
fortunately for them, they're back in this ball game. They're exactly where they wanted to be, and that's with the
Exactly
one
what you
score.
want to do in this third quarter. Get
Obviously, they
that
probably
stop
want
and
to
then
be
go
on
down the field and
the leading
punch it
end the
in.
entire time
And
of that, right? But I think when you have such a young squad, they have to believe that
22-14,
they can
a
win the
chance to
game.
make it
And
a
whenever you get this
6-point
close to a ball
game
game, now it starts to
would
really
be
set in your
important.
mind. Okay, we can win this game, even though we were
This
behind.
2-point conversion is critical too, but they're not going to make it. There's a flag
We're
on the
stuffed
play,
if there is a
however.
flag down.
Where it was thrown suggests it might be against Colleton, though.
It was in the backfield, so yeah, probably most likely will go against the Warhawks, but still, one possession game, 22-14.
All right, it's against Colleton, and that is declined against.
So we will do a check-in on this SCISA 1A state championship game. We're going to move it ahead a little bit. Try to get as close to live as we can with Williamsburg now with possession.
He's got the first down. He's still on his feet.
We're
Pushes
nearing
out
the
to
end of
40.
the third quarter.
Quarterback keeper, boy, he just weaves through that like a water bug. A lot of white shirts, and he plowed right through them. Picked up the first down, so 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line.
So one possession game.
A minute 45 seconds and ticking.
Especially down early in the half, you would have taken wherever they are right now. So with a chance, but you need your defense to come through again. Walsh going to throw, and he's got his man. That was a pretty
past the 45. Let's see where they mark it.
Close towards the 35.
Excuse me, to across the 40, near the 45. They'll mark it at the 43.
We've seen a lot of that action over the middle in this game and in other games too.
Stallions driving.
The ability to find receivers in the soft spot in the zone really does help.
Yep. Just tremendous job there to read the coverage by Boulder. Micah Boulder, the senior, looking to go out on top and win a state championship for the Stallions. A little high there, incomplete.
For number 7.
Shouldn't be too much more time left in this quarter.
That was Charlie Calder, the intended receiver. A minute 2 on the clock.
Minute 2 left
stops in the third quarter. 22-14.
Still an opportunity for
second down
Warhawks team to come from behind. Similar to the Hilton Head last night, they have shown some terrific defensive effort here in this second half and have done some good adjustments to try to limit the damage of this lethal Stallions attack.
Up the middle, but stopped, met by some white.
Good job by the prep defense there to make the stop.
Once again, Ben Kane right there was going to stand out as a sophomore here today. And Everett Temple also combining with a tackle. See if Williamsburg elects to run another play. Under a minute to go in this quarter. As you can hear the Colleton Prep fans chanting defense. They want to stop right here.
Had to answer a text from the number 1 boss. My mom texted me. So.
Tremendous.
Number 10.
Everett Temple and company swarming in.
Everett Temple
reading that play perfectly.
No gain on the play.
It's 4th down.
4th down.
He's had some big plays today, Wes.
Excellent example of not
In
making
the first
same
few
mistake
quarters
twice
of
there
this
by the
one.
Warhawks. The last
He
drive
has
we
been
saw,
tremendous.
Small was able to break
And
that
that
first
will
tackle and
take
gain
us to the
first down.
4th quarter
Right there.
here in
Engages in the
Orangeburg with
running
a
back,
state championship
holds
on the
has another
line.
defender meets him there.
Colleton Prep trying
Both
to
guys bring him
rally
down for a tackle. Excellent job there from the Warhawks.
down 2 scores in the halftime, but
these are
really
huge 4th down now.
this second half
Kind of
so
in a
far has
position
been
where,
all
like we've talked about a little bit in
Colleton
this
Prep.
thing, you're too far
Their
kicking
defense
field
has
goal,
come
too close to
alive,
punt.
and
Fully
we've been
anticipate
seeing
them
a
to come out
lot
here and go for
from
it.
their running
And if
back.
Colleton can get a stop,
And Tanner Wolf
very
has
much
led
have
the
the
charge
momentum of this ball game.
offensively, and
We've
this is
ended the
starting
3rd
to
quarter. The score is 22-14.
give a ton of
4th
life
down
to
and about
this
8 to
Colleton
go, maybe
as we
9
get ready.
for Williamsburg.
Wes, I think
Coach
you're
said
muted. I'm
they're
not sure if you can
as
hear
we
me.
speak and switch sides of the field. You think
It's the end of the third quarter.
It is the end of the 3rd quarter. I
in a
should be live.
22-14
Can you not hear me?
ball
I think
game.
Coach First definitely goes in the
Can
air.
you not
here.
hear
I
me
think
right now?
you found success through there. You've had a couple
me,
of big
Into the
plays
fourth
actually in
quarter
the
now.
game.
Yes, we are into
Had
the
first
4th.
downs,
Just making sure
a
you can
couple
hear me.
touchdowns in there as well. I think we definitely see this ball in the air.
We are live. This
You
is a
have a really good
special edition of
quarterback. He makes
Lowco
really good
Pigskin
decisions
Live
if
on
that
this
ball's not
Saturday.
there. I
State
fully
Championship
believe that
Saturday
Michael
here in
Ball can make
Orangeburg.
something happen out of
Max
nothing.
Arraj is on
So,
site. He will join us
really
for the
excited to
post
see what
game
Coach First has drawn up here.
after this game is over.
Got about 7
Can you hear me
yards to go
correctly,
for the first down.
Marcus?
Looks like about 7.5. We'll call it
Not
a
sure
long
if y'all
7.
can hear Wes. I can
Ball
tell
is
you that I
spotted
can't
the
at the moment.
34 and
Okay.
a fraction
Uh,
yard line,
I'm not sure
and they'll bring out the offense on 4th down. Here they go.
here, but
Look at the pass.
Take it across the middle
hit
and
drop
Drop the
though.
ball.
Incomplete.
No, that's a big play.
and
right
it
there.
is
That's number
picked off. It's
4.
Colleton Prep
The
once again.
Warhawks hold them.
Yeah, that's number 4 there by the Warhawks. Hartman
The
Fisk, a
Warhawks.
junior. That's
Unbelievable
biggest
effort.
play of his
Unbelievable.
career so far. As if that ball's caught,
Working hard defensively
this
right
game,
now. They are going to
is
give
certainly
themselves
not
a
in the
chance.
favor of the Warhawks.
So Warhawks take over. 1st and 10 from the 34 and a piece. With 11:48 to go in the 4th quarter. In
Sorry,
the game,
guys.
8-point ball game.
Trying to get the audio worked out, so
Here come the
apologies
Warhawks.
here.
Here's a snap, handoff coming around this side. Got some room.
Colleton
Breaks the
Prep's
tackle,
ball.
still running hard. Got a way to secure the ball. Picks up about 8 on the
Able
carry.
to potentially tie the game.
Again, Grant Small on the carry. He too is getting stronger as the game goes on. Seems like in these matchups that we've done over the years, this game in particular, the running has been pretty solid. And they
Apologies
just
here.
seem to get stronger and heavier as the
Not
evening
sure
goes
if
on.
we are
Most definitely, and something that's really interesting to me as well is we've talked about a lot of these guys.
still
are
hear the
underclassmen
audio
overall,
here.
but a lot of these same guys are two-way starters. So going into this game, I know they had talked about, would they be able to last all 4 quarters? Would they be able to, maintain the energy? And up until this point, they look really good out there. The running backs look better. The line looks stronger. Very impressed by both teams, but especially this Warhawk team. This offensive front is
Marcus
very
Walsh.
10
Okay.
on the carry. He
For a
made
while
it.
there, I couldn't hear you, so
All right, we're
I
good.
wasn't
All
sure
right,
if it
so
was an
apologies.
issue with me or
Yeah, apologies
whatnot.
these last few minutes, but
Comes
we
down to
are
these moments
looks like
for
we are all
sure.
set.
I had to
3rd and 1.
answer a text from my mom, and then I got back
You're
and
good.
couldn't hear you, so
You're
I
good.
wasn't sure what
Oh
the.
no! That's
Oh
an
my
was there.
goodness!
Oh, boy.
That was a pick for Williamsburg Academy.
And returned for a touchdown.
Oh goodness!
Wow, he had
under 2.5 minutes left. And
Read
this state
perfectly
championship 1A game.
on that short
no
pass
flags on the
attempt.
field, and I
It is
almost said
picked
it, but I
off
didn't
by
wanna
Weston
jinx
McKenzie,
it
and he
by
takes
accident.
the
Will
distance.
Furs has always been heavily focused on the defense.
Oh,
He has. He's very defensive.
that is a tough one to
That's
see
tough.
right
oriented, and I
there
think,
for
he's
Kale
a
Owens
Absolutely.
and the
defensive scheme, and I
Warhawks.
think right there,
Just when you got yourselves another big stop,
Indeed, Gamble Wilson read
The,
that the whole way. Just
Williamsburg Academy
floated out there
Stallions
in the
able
flat,
to
and there was
cash in on
nobody
another
between
turnover.
him and the end zone. Great
It's now-
heads-up play on
They've
his
cashed
part.
in on a lot of big
28-14
plays.
right now,
Yep.
going for 2. 2-point
28-14
conversion, 10-29.
Williamsburg.
Look at the pass. Got his man, number 27. Incomplete. No good. So 28-14 is our score. Stallions on top.
They attempt a
10,
2-point
29
try.
to go in the quarter. We're going to take another short break and thank our sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
1 You're watching 1A State Championship Football on SCISATV.net.
28-14
Stallions on top.
well done by Carleton Prep's defense to keep it a 14-point game. 28-14 is your score. Still time in the fourth quarter, but now Carleton Prep down 2 scores as we head deeper into this fourth quarter. Tough one to see there from Cal Owens, who I thought was
for
really
sure.
good to find his groove and then just couldn't quite find the best read. And a nice job by Weston
And we're
McKenzie to
back,
jump
1A
that
state
route, pick it
championship
off, and
football
then he was gone off to the
SC
races.
State University, the 2025
Just a sophomore, and he makes
champions
a
on their way
monumental
home from
play in this
Delaware here
ball
shortly
game
tonight.
to
Hope they have safe travels.
give the Warhawks
Stallions
a
scored on an
14-point
interception
lead
to go up
in this fourth quarter.
28-14,
So
10-29
we'll see what
to go here in the
Callens can
ball
do
game.
for a response. Still early in the fourth quarter, lots of time left.
Short kick. Better get on it.
And
Ball is down at the
Warhawks,
34-yard line.
with
First
the
and 10
deficit, going to have
for
to
the
come back,
Warhawks. As we
get
talked
some
about in another
big
broadcast
plays and
back in the
some of
day,
that momentum
it was
back.
a football video game I thoroughly enjoyed.
This
afternoon
Williamsburg
on
team
the
has played really
interceptions.
tough.
down in the corner.
Two
And the better
interceptions
you
for
did,
Williamsburg
the
is
more that it gave you power
that
in the
was a little
millimeter. So
scary,
the
but they're able
millimeter
to
was loaded.
fall
Routes
on
couldn't do
top of it.
anything wrong.
And
right now, I feel
first
like the
down
millimeter
for
is leaning hard towards
the
three.
Warhawks just across
Yeah,
their own
I agree.
30.
Gamble Wilson certainly
Down to
changed that
33.
meter up very quickly. What looked like the Warhawks had the momentum in this game, makes a huge play, gets a pick six there to put his team up 2 scores here in the last quarter of this 1A state championship game. Excellent job.
Wes
by
Kerr
the
alongside
Stallions
Marcus
defensively.
Walsh,
They made
Lowco
it very
Pigskin
difficult
Live
on
on
the
this
Warhawks all night.
state championship
Absolutely
Saturday
dominating turnover
edition.
margin this far.
Gracious. That was the same play they ran a moment ago,
Be
complete this
back
time.
on Monday to
Stallions there to bring him down.
catch you up on everything
That
that
play,
has
Wes,
taken
to me,
place
looks
around
like
the
you
Lowco.
just leave it out
10:25 it
there.
looks like to
takes
go
too
here in
long
the
to
fourth.
develop.
It does.
So
It's,
still plenty
you
of
know,
time.
It's not a
Yeah,
shot
for
throw
sure.
by any means. You know, you're throwing across
Owens
the
a little
field. It
high,
gives the
but
defensive
it
back
is
plenty of time
caught
to
for a
make a play on
short
the
gain.
ball.
A
Kind
little
of
bit of
surprised they go back
nerve
to that
potentially
after
there after
was
a
not a
disappointing
nail in the coffin, but definitely hurt
turnover
their chances of coming
where
back in
they
that
had a
ball game
chance
with that
to
same
go
play
down the field and
on
tie
that
it.
last drive.
It was a positive play, 3 yards picked up.
Give credit to Williamsburg's defense. They
Second
have
down
been
7, big run up the middle.
on the forefront
Plowing
and
forward.
pressuring and making it
Stallions are there to stop him.
challenging for Cale Owens to operate the offense. And
Second down.
saw
and
mostly the run
a
game
long
on that
four.
last
Third down
drive,
and a long
but
four
Owens getting the ball
for the
back.
Warhawks.
Couldn't quite make the best read there on that pick.
9:25 on the clock.
To again test that run game. It's going to be third down coming up. Crucial
Hey, good
drive
job by
here.
Williamsburg there to stop it before it could really get started.
Yep.
Carleton Prep's going to have to find something, whether a little
Hard-working
bit
Connor
of
Morris.
trickery
The nose
or
guard and-
whatnot.
Yeah, the nose guard Connor
Making a
Morris
pass.
making a big stop for
Got a
the
little bit of time.
Stallions,
Here
and
comes
now
some
it's
pressure.
going to
He's
be a
gonna
third
keep
and
it.
about 5.
Tuck and run.
Pierce
he loses
for
the ball.
the Warhawks.
That
With
ball.
Williamsburg with it. Picks it up and runs. Number 12.
a couple of
Nobody
wideouts to the
there.
right side.
Touchdown. Stallions.
Empty backfield.
Lane Patrick with the scoop and score.
And Owens is
You know,
going to
that's
run for it and
another
get the
sophomore
first, but the
making a
ball is
huge
out.
play for the
And the
Stallions. A lot of their
Stallions
young
pick it up,
guys
and
showing
they
up here
will
late in this
race
ball game,
on
making
down
huge
to the
plays.
end zone.
Impressive heads up play. He didn't just fall on. He picked
That
it up and ran
stands.
it
It's
in.
a fumble recovery
Well
touchdown
played.
for Lane Patrick.
8:47.
And
Stallions
it's
up
been the
now
Williamsburg
34-14.
defense that has been the story in this game.
Yeah.
That is the 4th turnover,
Mm.
and that is the 2nd turnover that resulted straight towards a touchdown. Disastrous right here for Carleton Prep.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's always tough when you have a big game,
Mishandle snap. He's
you get ready
Houston
for
with
it, and nothing seems to go quite right.
What
That's
in the
certainly been the
world
way
is that? It
And the
worked.
kick
Kind of
the
look.
extra point here to make it
Oh
a
my gracious.
35
You
to
should replay
14
that
ball
one.
game, and now it is
I don't really know if
starting
Oh,
to
no flags.
I didn't.
get a bit
I
out
don't
of
know if
reach
there's
at
an
this
eligible
point. A
receiver
fumbled
there.
snap,
I don't either.
but they're
Maybe he's an
gonna
offensive lineman, but
try to make a play
We'll
over
find out here
towards, and
shortly.
was that caught?
What a heads up play.
I believe it was, yeah.
Wow.
He's eligible though.
Wow. Was that player eligible though?
That's something.
This looks like there are flags that were
Gracious.
thrown.
What a heads-up play.
The
though.
lineman who caught it.
Tough snap. Number 10 picks it up,
See
rolls
what
out,
the-
looking for somebody. Has
There
to
were flags thrown at
dodge
the
some
end.
pressure,
I
throws
figure
it
it
back across.
potentially could be that. It was receiver
Caught
was
by a lineman,
ineligible.
but does not count.
Caught the
He
ball
was not an eligible receiver.
as
We're
they
gonna see that
were
for sure.
trying to
I
make the
don't
best out of a
believe
bad
they're gonna let
snap.
that count. Illegal touching.
So it looks like
that what you're telling us, Brain Room?
right what we're seeing,
Let's see
34-14,
what the call is.
a
Let's watch that.
20-point game. So it's still a 3-possession game, and now it's really going to be all systems go in terms of you have to score
Are we gonna
quickly
get the
now
call
if
from
you're
the White Hat?
Carlton Prep.
Or did they call it? We didn't see it.
Yeah, for
Number
sure.
54, Sammy Tomlinson there. They did catch the ball. He had his arms up looking up at the booth. I think he wants it to count. But
Back-to-back
Okay.
turnovers lean directly to touchdowns. 2
All
straight
right, so
defensive scores, a pick
36-14.
six,
That was the
and a
craziest
scoop
play
and
I've seen in a
score
long time.
back-to-back
Crazy.
for Williamsburg Academy.
36-14 Stallions. 8:47.
So Weston McKenzie picked off the pass, and then most
Isn't that
recently
something?
Lane
See, they're
Patrick,
still working that over in your head.
the sophomore
Yeah, that was a
cornerback, rushed it in
crazy
on
play.
a scoop and
that's one of
score.
those plays where I think like
And the
it's
Stallions
fair
look like
game.
they're
That should count.
in a good shape
Linemen have some
to
fun
once
out there.
again win a SCISA state championship here.
All right, kickoff from the Stallions. Picked
2025.
up.
Have to take something
Return
special
out
now
to
for
near the 50-yard line. It was a short
Hamlin's
kick.
and the Warhawks.
It'll be out
have
to
to
about the 47-yard line.
Score
First and
quickly
10
at this point.
for the Warhawks.
Yeah,
You
and
know, coming
and
out
be
the second
ready
half,
with their
because
ears
the
pinned
Warhawks
back
wanted to get back in
and
this game. They had to
their
win
hair
a
on
little
fire
bit.
on defense
Unfortunately
too.
for them, they just haven't been
They
able
get
to
3
use
scores
the
field
down.
position, though.
turn
They
the
will
ball
get good
over.
field
The
position
Bowlers have
across the
given up,
45.
Good start.
2 scores now with just 8 minutes and 39 seconds. This game,
See if Kale Owens
you gotta
can
get something going if you want to get
put
back
together
in
a
this ballgame.
potential last gasp effort and find a way to keep them at least in striking distance if they can find the end zone quickly. So of another SCISA state championship game, which will be very intriguing to watch
Warhawks with the ball. First down.
if you were so inclined to do so, because
Look at the pass.
Pinewood
He's gonna
Prep
keep it,
is
run up the middle.
going up
Get some
against
yardage there, maybe about 3
Wilson
yards.
Hall, which would be a really
Yeah.
fun one to cap
to
off
about
the
the
night.
50-yard line.
8:39 to go. It's a
Absolutely.
36-14 ball. The
Just
scoreboard
beyond
said
50.
36-14. So
So second and 7 for the Warhawks.
According to the announcers, I think that is correct. The
okay.
scoreboard says 34-14, but I think it
was
is
good.
36.
All right. So the 2-point try was good.
Ah,
Looking to
So
pass.
there you go.
Scrambling, looking deep. He's got 85 open.
Scoreboard
Nope.
on the broadcast not
Throws deep for the
updated,
end
but
zone. Oh, out of bounds.
for the wild sequence there to get
as he
those 2
throws it, he's
points,
slow to
add
get
the
up.
lead for Williamsburg now. 36-14.
Cale Owens was hit as he threw it.
So Owens looks to make something happen.
About number 50 there for the Stallions. Brought a ton of
And a
pressure.
long
That's
bid
Michael Hart
downfield that is well
bringing the
offline,
heat.
incompletes.
That's something his defense
He's starting to
definitely wants to see.
get a bit out of reach for this Warhawks team where
He had his man.
we've
Looking
seen
for number 3, Perry Corbett.
heroics in the past
Was
from
hit as he
Carlton
threw.
Prep, especially last week against Dorchester Academy. This one might be a bit too much to overcome, but we will
7:57 on
see
the
if they
clock.
can make it a bit interesting. Williamsburg Academy with
Pass into the
some
flats
big
again.
defensive
Got
plays.
his man plowing
They've
forward.
they've
Will not be enough for the first down.
actually they've forced 5 turnovers in all now.
Pick up about
3
3.
picks and 2 fumble recoveries.
Ball is down to the 45-yard
And
line.
it's hard to win a
of the
game when you turn over
Stallions.
5
Fourth
times.
down and 2.
that's
the
for sure.
Warhawks.
Just a throw that sure Kel Owens wishes he wanted back when it was still an 8-point game. And all of a sudden sometimes it snowballs quickly in a game like this, and all of a
The
sudden you're
flaps
down
again,
22.
plowing forward.
Time
Close, but I
ticking
don't think
away.
it's
Yeah,
a
that
first down.
that really was
I think that will
the
be
turning
over on
point
downs.
late in the first
Right,
half
because
there.
after that or before that, Carlton Prep the defense was
right at
stepping
it,
up.
Wes.
They were getting good chunks of yardage.
With the
Then
measure,
after that, Williamsburg
Let's
is
see.
really
Give him the first down.
okay, first
you know,
down.
delivered off of
They don't
that
give
that
first
big
downs,
pick
they earn
six.
them.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
He earned
It
that
looks
first
like the
down
Stallions are
with 7 minutes and 11
be
seconds
on their way at this
left in
point.
this football game.
7-11 left in the ball game.
Yeah,
Warhawks
7-11 to
down
go, and
36-14 with 7:06 to go.
Collinson
game.
Prep looks like they will move the sticks, but time not on their side at this point.
4 wide receivers to the near side here. Throws into the flats. Number 4 going around outside. Got some blocks. Still plowing
Impressive
forward. Picks up
effort from
about 5
Williamsburg.
yards. Gonna be second
Team
down
that
and either 5 or
we have
6,
seen
depending on where
them
the spot is.
really step up, not just on the offensive side, but
That was
they have a
Hartman
really
Fisk.
good and strong
reception.
defensive group.
6 minutes 30 seconds.
Shown up
on
in
the
this
clock
one.
ticking.
Warhawks still battling. Greg Langdale's team certainly will not roll away, if we've seen
Right.
it before.
Like so many teams in this area, and certainly that we
Ducks the
cover,
tackle.
there's no
Makes
quit.
a run. He's
Not at
That's what
all.
makes
Held
them
on
all
Christian
great.
Academy
first
as well
down. Let's see if they get that one.
earlier this season, but this Williamsburg Academy
Now
team,
they're gonna mark him short. He
tremendous
is
group.
at the
And
35-yard line.
they
to
have
make.
some studs on
is
both
the,
sides that have shown up
30.
here today. Calhoun's running
JP2,
for his
Hilton Head
life.
Prep,
So third
Yep.
down and 2.
Hardyville, Whale Branch, Ridgeland, they're all great examples as well. Because
Yeah.
with those teams, it was a little bit of a tale of 2 seasons for the majority of them anyway.
Third down and short.
Looking to pass. He's going to
Time
try to run it. Got a
continuing
little
to
room,
run.
throws it.
It's not
In and out of the hands.
what you want to see. You're going to have to
Intended
pick it
for
up.
Number 3, Perry
with a
Corbin.
quick score, and
Incomplete.
most likely have to go onside
So
kick at
fourth
this
down
point.
and 2
Yeah.
for the Warhawks.
Wins on 3rd and 3. Not much room. He's able
They're certainly
to.
going to go for this one.
No, it's incomplete. Incomplete once again towards their top target, Thomas Corbett.
Scrambling. Oh, Wes, he's close. No.
I believe the Stallions think they got the stop there.
And now 4th
From
down,
this
and
angle, I think you stop by
this
about
is
a
looking
yard.
like no likelihood the ball game right here.
Looks like about 1.5 yards short. Yep, they're respotting at the original line of scrimmage. So 1st and 10. Stallions, they get the stop turnover on downs.
Wins
This Stallions
trying to get towards the marker. I do
blocks
not think he
today.
got it.
It
Keep this ball on the
Looked
ground.
kind of close to me, but I agree with
As
you.
much
I
as
think he was a
possible.
tad bit short.
Just a
They're
little short.
5 minutes and
Williamsburg's
21
defense,
seconds
the line has
away
really
from being
stepped up,
crowned
and
your 1A
that might just
SCISA
be
state
the
champions. And Will
the
Firth's
stop that will
first
put it
year
out
as
of
head
reach
coach
for the Stallions here today
Right side.
from Orangeburg, South Carolina. This game
Across the 50
was
and tackled.
tight as
around the
could be
49.
heading into the 4th quarter, but man, just
Still playing with tremendous
so
purpose.
quickly got out of reach for them, which
36-14.
is just really tough to see, especially for a
Right
guy
at
like
50 is
Calhoun
where
who's
they'll
had a
mark.
tremendous season.
First down and 10.
You can't let this be a defining factor if you're Owens and you're this team, because Kale has had quite the season. A lot to be proud of from what he has done. He will be back for his senior year. I believe he's just a junior, so he'll have another shot at next year. An opportunity to get back to the state championship game in 2026, and that's what you hope to see.
Absolutely.
Experience
That
like
handoff
this,
coming right
where
near
you're
side.
just a little overwhelmed against the
room.
great
Oh, he-
defense.
And you are
Right,
correct,
brought
sir. He
down.
is a
Thought he
junior,
would shake
so
that
he'll
one.
definitely be back.
So as well as you stated earlier,
That
I
is
believe
good
that's
news for the
Grant
Warhawks.
Small, who's really
Corbett
looked like
is
he's
a
gotten
junior as
better the
well.
game's gone on.
They are going to lose Tanner Wolf, which
35-yard
is
line,
going to
first
be a
and 10
loss
for the
for them.
Stallions, and the clock
But
is ticking.
looks like a
4:25
very
to
solid
go in
court
the
coming back.
And they do a good job of reloading. You've seen them for a number of years reload at several positions where they have seen good players graduate. That is a mark of a really well-coached, well-put-together program. As Williamsburg looking to eat up some clock and get close to putting the final touches on what is looking like a Stallion State Championship, much to the unfortunate nature for our
3:53.
Lowco
Here's the snap.
side
Number
here
10.
today.
Much to our chagrin.
Might be able to go the whole way. He slides down, though, about the 17-yard line.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the
Textbook
thing to
effort
do
here
there.
late on the
You're up
ground, and
big.
Yep.
really it
risk
started
anything, go down.
Agreed.
early in this game.
Number 10,
Big time
Grant Small on the
interception
carry.
right out of the gate, and that kind of
Stallions
set the
certainly
tone for
not
what
in a
this
hurry
defense
to
was going to
snap
do.
the ball here.
It's there.
That's a
Playing
fine
open
play on the
seams left and
outside.
right now. They just slide down to keep the clock going, stay in bounds.
But they've been able to build in Williamsburg.
Been that
something
kind of
truly
day,
special.
unfortunately,
You know,
for
they've
the
been here
Warhawks,
5
who have had
straight
a tremendous
years.
season, but
They've only won
Williamsburg
once,
just a little bit
and that
more
was in
talented, really, on
2022,
both
so
sides of
Yep.
the
a lot of
field.
these
Although
guys have played in the stage before.
good
but a lot of
defensive
these guys
effort
have
midway
not
through this
won.
game. We're down to
Handoff up the
3:30, and
up
we
the
are
left side.
ticking down
Picked
to
up a
it.
couple.
They're
Being very careful to protect the ball.
about to claim the 2025 state championship. It has been
Micah,
quite the
just a
run for
moment
this
ago,
Williamsburg
they were over at the
program
sideline.
these
He
last
indicated
few
to him,
years.
like,
They've really
he
been
gave
like
the
around
motion, you
3
protect
or
the
4
ball
years ago.
with
They
two
really
hands.
came along. Remember they took down Hilton at Christian Academy in years prior. But they have
17-yard
been
line,
a SCISA
2:45
powerhouse
and counting.
these last few years. It's been very impressive what this Williamsburg
They're
program has
first
done,
down
and the
away
tradition
from
will
being
continue
able
here
to
in
seal this game
2025 with
out as
another
well. If they can
championship.
pick this first down up, it should be the ball game.
Absolutely. A great program for sure.
Down right
And
side.
they aren't going away anytime
No,
No, they're
soon.
not. No, they're
That
not.
was
And,
Eli Brown.
they will graduate their quarterback,
few yards.
Balder, but they have a lot more
Not
guys,
quite
I'm sure,
enough for the
coming
first
down the
down, so
line
second down and about 3
behind
to
him.
go. Third down and
Tremendously
3 to
run
go.
program. We send our well thought out congratulations to this squad, and certainly would not be surprised if we see him again a lot more. If it's Thomas Hayward, Buford Academy, maybe
Third down and 2.
Carleton Prep again,
A
coming to
minute
face this
54 on the clock.
Stallions team. This is a rematch, of course, of 2022. They beat the same team.
Hand off left
Looks
side.
like they're going to do it again
Brought down
3 years
for
later.
first down. Number 11 on the carry. That's Eli Brown, a sophomore.
But a tremendous run by this Colleton Prep squad under Greg Langdale.
And
Looks
Will
like,
Pierce
from what I've seen on Max Preps on
will
the
have his first
Williamsburg
state
roster,
championship
Wes, it looks like they're only
in his
graduating
first
about a
year
handful of
at
seniors.
Williamsburg.
So they have a lot of guys
Yep.
coming back.
Yep.
And they're going to retool just like Colleton Prep and a bunch of these other teams will as well.
A
Yep.
minute 15 and counting.
No
Take a
doubt
knee.
about that. Just a correction: they did lose Hilton and Christian Academy, but they beat this Colleton Prep team, and then
Left on the
they
clock.
lost to Bethesda in 23 in a really tight game, which went. I remember seeing the end of
I
that
think it
for
was
Hilton Christian
the
coming win a
beard.
state championship that year.
I think 100%
And
that's
then
what it is.
Thomas Hayward beat
Yeah,
him
we talked about earlier.
a year
Wilford is
ago.
a genius
So
because of that defensive scheme.
this Williamsburg team
this
has
team
been no stranger
looked
getting
great
to this
tonight.
point, and
Hopefully
certainly
he doesn't escape.
there was
this last half
motivation
second.
within this
I
squad
think
to
they're gonna
get
And
back
there
there.
it is.
After they
Will
fell
Ferns picks
short
up his first state championship
to
in
Thomas
his
Hayward,
first
and
season with Williamsburg Academy
very
Stallions.
well built team,
There he is.
constructed
Will be
team,
your
and
1A state champion.
just the hunger
He gets
after
the
last
ice
year
bath.
certainly was evident.
Congratulations,
And
Coach Furs.
just a little bit more talented, and
Stallions.
executed
Great game
a
tonight
little bit better.
from the Warhawks and the
I
Stallions.
mean, it
We
was tight
appreciate a
until
wonderful 1A championship.
that fourth quarter, but the two
And we will go
turnovers,
to a
the pick
break in
six, the
just a
scoop
moment,
and
allowing
score,
them to
that was the difference.
celebrate.
As we have gone
When we
final
come back,
here
Mr.
from
Brzezinski
what has
and Mr.
become a little
Fanning and the
cloudy
staff will be out to midfield
weather
to
here
present the
at
runners-up medallions
Orangeburg,
and the trophy for state championship.
Prep,
So you're watching
or
1A
Orangeburg,
state
South
championship
Carolina.
football on SCISATV.net.
It is
We'll be
the
right back.
Williamsburg Academy Stallions, who are your SCISA 1A state champions. 36-14 is your final score.
Congrats to them. A fine program year in and year out. They retool like we talk about, and they really showed what a championship level defense can look like. They had that, and unfortunately, Cale Owens and his offense just couldn't make quite enough big plays. The defense got out to it early for the Warhawks for sure of Colleton Prep, but they even had a tough time stopping this Stallion offense, and the better team ended up victorious in this 1A championship.
So after 2 straight years of coming up short in the state championship game. They lost to Bethesda in 23. They lost to Hayward in 24. They are back in the winner's circle in SCISA 1A. They knock off Colleton Prep for the second time in 4 years. Your final score once again, the Stallions 36, the Warhawks 14. But the game was closer than the score would show, even though it ended up being that score line. I mean, the Warhawks are right in this into the fourth quarter, so it's tough to see it end this way.
Yeah, they battled in the second half despite those first half miscues towards the end of the second quarter, and a couple of miscues with turning the ball over in the second half as well. But there was no fight. There was no give up. There was all fight out of this Colleton Prep team for sure, and that's the way Coach Langdale coaches, along with so many others for sure, and really have a lot to be proud of and certainly happy about. A little bit later on down the line, because I know this one hurts for Colleton Prep, but a fine season for the Warhawks for sure.
Yeah, tremendous year for nothing to be ashamed about. Terrific run. I mean, that was a memorable game that they had against Dorchester Academy to get themselves to this point, and put up it's tough to see him turn the ball over that many times. 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles. That won't win you any game. I don't care who you play, or unless you're playing like an FCS team and you kind of take it lightly. But other than that, if you turn it over 5 times in one game, you're not going to win. And
it's going to hurt.
And just the defense was a little better. I mean, give credit to Williamsburg Academy for how they locked in late and came up with a couple of big forced turnovers in Weston McKenzie and then Lane Patrick. Those two, the heroes alongside a tremendous play, of course, of their quarterback, Micah Balder, who had that big touchdown, which really loomed large as well. The interception they had late in the first half, and then that touchdown throw with not too much time left on the clock. So, yeah, just great execution in the biggest moments, and that's what championship games come down to. It's it may have been a 36-14 game, but I think there were really like 2 or 3 plays that decided this game, and all of them really went in the direction of Williamsburg.
And that's really what makes championship level football with these types of teams so special, that even if the score is a little bit out of hand, there are a couple of plays here, a couple of plays there that could definitely change the outcome. We saw a lot of that with the Hilton Head game last night, with them, battling and playing hard against a very good, great collegiate team, and in other games as well. Big time players make big time plays. Big time coaches coach hard, and it's great to see these teams have the ability to play in these games and really demonstrate well for their communities.
No doubt about it. I think there's a lot of pride and excitement to be taken for this college and prep team as they move towards next year. And as you said, a lot coming back from this Warhawks squad, including their starting quarterback, Cale Owens. They will lose Tanner Wolf, but the top receiver will be back, and Thomas Corbett. And Ben Kane, just a sophomore, had a great game on the line. They have a lot of tremendous players coming back next year. Everett Temple as well, who I thought was impactful. Grayson Catterton, also a senior, but you got Rip Smoke, who had himself a whale of a game at the start. He's only a sophomore, so a lot of young players will be returning. And in this college and prep team, the culture will stay. Greg Langdale's a terrific coach, and you talk about how far this team or how far they came after that loss to JP2 to start the year. If you remember all the way back in August, when they were stunned by the Golden Warriors. Credit to JP2, they had a great year this season. Don't get me wrong, but that was an unexpected loss. But they came back. They blew the doors off of St. John's Christian. From that point on, really showed a dominant effort throughout. Had that one at the the one tough one against Dorchester Academy. But you know what? They came back a couple of weeks ago or weeks later, and they beat them. And they won the game that mattered between those two teams. So tremendous year. Incredibly proud and excited for what Greg Langdale continues to do with that program. He has been one of the better coaches. We have a ton of great coaches. Ron Paduzzi.
We do.
And now you can add to that mix Hilton Head Preps. McFadden. I thought Coach
Doug
McFadden did a
is
tremendous job
tremendous.
this year, and he's building a good program there. They were the point away from playing here as well today, so outstanding year. I guess we can kind of wrap up the SCISA football, parting thoughts as a whole, because we have reached the end of the SCISA portion of this football season. So, just
Right.
your final thoughts on what we have seen. Obviously, a great year for Hilton Head Prep, who made some big strides late in the year, got just incredible upset playoff win. JP2 blowing the doors off their win total from last year. Of course, Carleton Prep making it to the state championship game. Hilton Head Christian Academy coming on strong at the end of the year as well, and really gave a run Wilson Hall a run for its money. And then Thomas Hayward really revitalized itself. So I think a lot of these teams are, and then Buford Academy, a tough year, but I think they still got some talent going back on that squad as well. So a lot of teams trending upward as we get ready for 2026. So your overall just big takeaways from this year of SCISA football.
Yeah, I mean, with Buford Academy, they've had kind of a similar scenario to Bluffton, in my opinion. Injuries have it's in between Bluffton and Buford. Injuries have kind of hampered them where they've gotten off to really great starts and then kind of fizzled out towards the end of the season. But they continue to be strong. They continue to compete and do a lot of great things, certainly with that great coaching staff led by Nick Shuford. JP2, Hilton Head Prep, great seasons for sure. JP2 with I believe it's their third most winning season in the history of their football program. Hilton Head Prep and Thomas Hayward got off to similar starts with the fact that they didn't play much
Right.
at the outset of their season, with games, getting called at halftime and whatnot. It took them a little extra time to get their footing going. But once they got going, especially into the second half of their year, they really made things interesting. Both teams did, with pretty good playoff runs. Obviously, they both came to an end last week, but great stuff out of both those teams in the second half of the year. They're going to get things going again. Got a rebuilding program certainly that's well underway at Hilton Head Prep. Doug McFadden will be heading into year 3, I believe. And then on the other side at Thomas Hayward, Daniel Bryan is going to be heading into year 2, and he showed, with the fact that he's got Gibson, Antonio Banner, both of, I'm pretty sure, whom are graduating. He's going to have to rebuild and retool that team even more. But don't count out Thomas Hayward out of anything either. For sure, a great season for SCISA football, and Carleton Prep as well, led by Coach Langdale. They know how to get things done. They are championship tested, and they fought hard today. Just came up a little bit short. All in all, it's about the competition on the field, but between the lines, like we talk about with so many other programs, how they compete day in, day out, week in, week out at practice and beyond. That even goes to the classroom as well.
Right.
It really means a lot, and we've got a lot of that in this area, both in the high school league and in the private SCISA schools. So a lot to be proud of for sure.
And we've got some. I like how you bring up the academic, because that's a big part of it. I mean, these students
huge.
work incredibly hard, and to be a student athlete, especially a football player, with all the responsibilities of like 2-day practice, especially early in the season, then you get towards the games that matter, region play, and then the playoffs. There's a lot that these kids have to do, and it takes great coaching staff to motivate them, to get them to to take care of their academics, to take care of their work on the field, and they do it to a great ability. And especially this Carleton Prep team has shown that this year, especially, and really the last few years. Their second state championship appearance in the last 4 years. Unfortunately, both of those losses coming to a very good Williamsburg Academy program, which is now claimed. They've been to, I believe, like the last 5 state championships. They lost to Hilton Head Christian Academy in 21. They beat Carleton Prep in 22. They lost Bethesda in heartbreaking fashion in 23. On, I believe, like on a missed field goal or something, if I remember correctly. And then 24, they lost to Thomas Hayward. So I mean, they've been there every year almost in this decade since 2021, and they've put them. I mean, they are becoming a dynastic type of program with the way they've been trending, and expecting to be right back there in contention a year from now. But I think that obviously you give Carleton Prep, they're going to be right in the mix as well. Of course, and got to give our just one last round of applause to what Tony O'Banner did at Thomas Hayward throughout his career.
Absolutely. My goodness.
What a
baller.
I don't know the final numbers, but I mean, if we can find a way to reach out and pull those somewhere, they would be quite impressive because
No doubt.
he was, you go back to his 8th grade year. I mean, he had a 5-year career there, and he was just an
He was a
unbelievable
man among boys
yeah,
a lot of the time.
unreal contributor throughout the last 5 seasons with his explosiveness as a running back, and he played quarterback as well at times. And
he did.
Yep. But certainly that is a monumental loss in so many ways for that Hayward program. But even so, a lot to build off from what they did this year. And then Hilda Christian Academy. This was a very strange year for them, with just some issues that went on throughout that season. But give credit to how they finished, because Langhouse, I thought, did a great job under center. I thought the defense got better. They just need a little bit more in terms of the ground game, and maybe a couple more weapons offensively. But I like
they need some help on the lines, in my opinion. They are losing some weapons. I tell you what, they've got a great set of running backs and guys that can run the football. They have the ability to get it going if they can just gel everything together.
A little bit more work up
certainly, Hudson Baker was absolutely terrific in the 2 games that I saw 3 games. Now that I think about it, but a couple of games that I've got to call for sure, he was just terrific, and I really expect big things out of him for sure. Hilton Head Prep, Hilton Head Christian Academy, like these other teams, they're going to retool, and they're championship caliber too.
Yeah,
they know that they want to get back to beyond the 1st or 2nd round. They want to have a deep run. Could be the year next year as well if they can get all the cards to line up right.
Of course, we'll have realignment as well for SCISA, I believe. So we'll have to see where things
that's
end
big
up there, which is always interesting because football is different compared to other sports with the boys enrollment, which determines the football classification. So we'll definitely delve into that as we get towards the spring and kind of see where all these schools will fit. But tremendous years for a bunch of these Lowco SCISA squads. You mentioned Hilton Christian, Hilton Head Prep, just breaking through in an incredible way, getting that upset win against Calhoun, and nearly knocked off PD Academy as well. What more can you say about the job that Doug McFadden did this year, and their leaders like Wyatt Harmer and Davis Cargill, and many others? And those seniors, all the work that they have put in, so commendable what that program has done this year with just all the adversity that just went through them, even just this season. They were able to put together a run, a very deep run at that, state semifinals. Beaufort Academy, the last couple of years they've started out strong, just not been able to finish the way that they've been hoping to.
Right.
But I think Nick.
To go back real quick, I'm taking a look at the Hilton Head Christian Academy roster, and unfortunately, they're going to lose a lot, including Hudson Baker, who's a senior. But they do certainly have Joey Hop coming back. He's going to be a senior next year. They have Crest coming back, and you figure he's going to be back at quarterback. They're losing Thomas Gim. Jackson Richardson is coming back. So
nice.
there may be Heitzel as well as Hayne Burden. So that's just a few guys that are coming back. Charlie Dolnick's coming back. So there could be some chances for them to kind of switch things up a little bit. Travis Pittman, the kicker punter's coming back. They might have to get a little bit creative, as well as, finding a new growth of talent coming in to this new class. But ultimately, Wes, I think that this team is going to have to get stronger, as I said, on the offensive and defensive lines, because I didn't even see kind of the same physicality that is typical of this team on the front seven on defense, and certainly the offensive line. They're going to have to try to get a couple of big guys in there.
Yeah, need a little
Certainly
bit more
make
size, a little bit more
some
power.
plays open.
Yep. If they can do that, I definitely think they have a lot returning, especially with a guy like Langhouse, who I really thought came into his own as this year went along, and he really became the guy, and it's just awesome to see him step up from what he has done, especially late in the year. I mean, through just on
To me, it started in the second half of that
abnormal
JP2 game.
circumstances to be able to come in and do what he did. Incredible work from him, and in that program overall for what Peduzzi's continue to do. And yes, still another year for Joseph Haupt, who has a nice career at so far at HHCA. But I expect the Eagles to be competitive for sure. Once again, I think the Dolphins will build on what they did last year and become the team that that they were many years ago, as a team that is competitive year in and year out with Doug McFadden at the helm in SCISA. If they stay in 2A, we'll see. All dependent on the enrollment and the realignment coming up next year. Buford Academy, still some work to do with that program, but I expect Nick Schufer to continue to build a competitive team over there at BA. Nick Underwood had a fantastic season over there.
Yes, he did.
At Buford Academy, and
had a couple of great ones.
Yep. Just they have not been able to really find that second win late in the year. It appears, and they had that tough loss against Thomas Hayward late in the season. But they lose Devin Fripp. But young Nick Schuford, he's gonna be the guy over there. So I expect him to find ways to be a catalyst for this offense. But they lose Nick Underwood, and they also lose Devin Fripp, their two top weapons, and Tress Delaney, who has been a big important factor. So some work to be done for sure for that BA squad heading into next year for Nick Schuford. And
Jace Polk is a loss as well.
Yes, Jace Polk. Yep. That's tough to see for them, but a lot of great players moving on to the next chapter of their lives, which is always exciting. And then JP2, what they did this year. Alan Wolf, what a season that he had for the Golden Warriors. He was sensational. So that entire team was for what they were able to put together. Yep. And the win total they put up after really just struggling to get many these last few seasons, and they deliver a 5-win season, including that Colleton Prep win early in the year. They beat Battery Creek, and then a couple of nice wins over Hilton Prep and Thomas Hayward.
Absolutely.
Yep.
They looked really sharp. As it looks like Max Arraj has joined us.
Right, Max.
Hey guys.
This was a game in the fourth quarter, and then two quick strike turnovers, the pick six, the scoop and score. It crumbled quickly, and you just hate to see that for Cale Owens and this Colleton Prep team. So, an unfortunate ending to what was a really strong start to the second half.
Yeah, I all I gotta say is that Williamsburg team is someone that in my mind, despite the win, and congratulations to them. That's an incredible team that they have put together over there. But I still wonder to this day, why are they a 1A school? I don't get it. I think it's ridiculous. If you look at it, but in the end, Williamsburg was a better team. Colleton Prep just didn't have their day, and that's as simple as it can be. It's disappointing, clearly, but I think, I just think that this Colleton Prep team, I think made everybody proud this season. I think, it's something that we've been waiting to see out of this Colleton Prep program is a return to a state championship game, and they've done just that. Yeah. And honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, they'll be back next year at the state championship game. I really do believe that.
They'll have their shot, especially if we'll see how realignment goes. I mean,
and I said to the guys, I said to some of the guys, I was like, look, tough loss, cry, do whatever you got to do. Hey man, good to see you. Do whatever you got to do. But just
Turn the page.
come next fall, it's boots to asses time. And that's as clear as you can put it to them. Go into next season and think of it as unfinished business.
Yep.
And that's all you can really do. And the same thing goes for Hilton Head. Yet last night, I told the guys the same thing. I was like, look, it's a tough loss. You don't want it to go that way. Nobody does. But in the end, I would say, look, go into the off season, do whatever you have to do to get ready for next season, and come fall, boots to asses time, unfinished business, get the job done.
I love what,
and that's what you're gonna have to do.
I love the mentality of Thad Zarnecki. The best is yet to come after that loss, and he was certainly he was disappointed by the way it wrapped up, but I think he has just that hunger already to get another opportunity next year and to move forward. To take the positives from what you did this year, and at the same time you look ahead into the opportunity that presents itself next season. I think both Carleton Prep and Hilton High have similar opportunities coming up in this next season. I expect both of them to be at the forefront. But I will say, despite the loss, and very similar to Hilton Head last night, but the second half defense, the couple of turnovers on downs, just wanted to give some credit to that line and that front and what they did to hold down a very good Williamsburg offense, which was just churning at points in this game. But I mean, just wanted to give a ton of credit to how that defense performed to give their team an opportunity to come back and win that football game.
Yeah. It is what it is. I mean, if you're calling them Prep, the one thing I would have said about Williamsburg is their offensive line is ginormous compared to Carleton Preps. I think size became a play factor.
Even so, the Warhawks found a way to hang in there, and that is a testament to all those guys and the coaching staff for coming up with adjustments and making some big plays to limit what Smalls is able to do, because 2,000-yard runner. He is sensational at offensive line. I mentioned it earlier to Marcus. I mean, they are strong up front. I mean, that is no joke of how good of an O-line that is over there at Williamsburg. And they got a pretty good guy in the center as well. Boulder wrapping up his career on top. They've had a couple of tremendous Boulders who have come through that program. Not sure if that's the last one or there's another. Maybe you never know. I'm not sure. But either way, this Williamsburg team, yeah, they seem too good for 1A. We'll see how the realignment. It's not like in soccer where you get promoted or relegated depending on where you finish. So it's all enrollment based. We will see where they end up. We'll see where Carleton Prep ends up, and we'll see where a bunch of these schools end up. But just we were talking about like overall takeaways for the SCISA season. We were talking about the stunning run that Hilton Head Prep had, Hilton Head Christian Academy finding something late in the year with Langhouse. Do you have like an overall parting thought about just in terms of your overall opinions on some of these SCISA teams and what you expect heading into next year?
I think obviously Hillman Prep is one that really points out for me. I think with how they finished their season, I like their chances next year. But of course, you're gonna have to go through Bethesda. That's always going to be an issue. I think Carleton Prep's another team that stands out. I think they're losing some seniors, but they're really gaining. Like they got a great underclass.
Yep, they do.
With this program, so I would expect Carleton Prep to be in the mix once again.
You got Corbett back, and you got a couple of stellar defenders back next year. So
and so look again, unfinished business. That's how it is. And you just gotta figure it out and work from there. But for those two teams, I really like their chances next season. Beaver Academy, we'll look to see what they have next year. I'm not entirely sure what they're going to bring because it was really a disappointing end to the season. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
They're losing a lot too.
Yeah,
injuries played a factor as well. So
yes,
Head Christian, I got a lot of questions for them right now. I think for me, I think they can make the playoffs. It's the problem I have is what are they going to have in terms of size? What are they going to have in terms of skill players? What are they losing? What do they need to gain? And I have a lot of questions for Hilton Head Christian. JP2, I think there's a team that really stands out.
Yeah,
they're definitely on the rise. So, there's a lot of teams we could definitely talk about. But unfortunately, I got to get get off from here, guys. So our final score, I believe 36-14 in favor of Williamsburg Academy. I appreciate you guys for allowing me to come in onto the show. And this has been Max Arraj live from Oliver C. Dawson Stadium in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And I'll see you guys on Monday night.
All
Sounds
right.
great, buddy. Thank
We'll
you.
talk to you again on Monday. And that will pretty much do it here today for our special edition of Lowco Pigskin Live. A tough result, but a stellar season for Carleton Prep, making it back. Their second state championship appearance in the last 4 years. They once again fall to the Stallions Williamsburg Academy, 36-14. The 14 is just mentioned by Max Arraj, but a tremendous year for Greg Langdale's group, and I expect, especially those key guys defensively who I mentioned earlier, will be right back there and ready to compete again. But we still have one more team in the Low Country that is still playing football, and that's the Hampton County Hurricanes, and they will host the Lower State Championship game Friday night. It will be one heck of an atmosphere. I cannot wait to get over there on Black Friday, less than a week now. From today, it'll be Central against the Hampton County Hurricanes, and I think the excitement is through the roof. Not just making it here for the first time, playing a home playoff game or a home lower state championship game there, but by the way they completely dominated Manning, you got to be feeling very good about Hampton coming into this lower state title match. But then again, Central has been a pretty impressive group, but they gave up a decent amount of points to Philip Simmons. And you just think if Jalen Singletary has his way, I feel really good about the possibility of Hampton County winning a lower state title next Friday night.
I certainly agree, and Hampton has been great the last few years and beyond that, but on my radar the last couple for sure. Would not be surprised at all to see Max Arraj and certainly Javon Livingston calling that game for Beaufort's Own on Friday. I've got some early Saturday commitments here in Bluffton, so I'm staying home. I'll be if they do have the game on, I'll probably tune in for sure and join you guys after. But it's going to be interesting.
We got the Egg Bowl that day, Mississippi State, which is always a good one.
Sounds right. Bunch of games.
May have Georgia
Day,
Tech,
and
Georgia Tech, I believe could. Let me double check. I'm just because for Friday after Thanksgiving, there's always some good. Yes, Georgia Tech is at 3:30, so that will bring us right into the 1 year Hampton County. If you want to watch some college games and then go straight to Hampton and watch what should be a tremendous lower state final, Hurricanes with the opportunity in front of them to get to the state championship game, which would be the first one in Hampton County history in terms of their new school since the merger of Wade Hampton and Estill. So they lost to Oceanside 2 years ago in a competitive game. Oceanside, I believe, went on to win the state championship that year, but I have a very good feeling about this Hampton County team. Firing on all cylinders a week ago, and they are trending in the right direction. I just feel there's something special about being able to play this game at home, and I think that might be the difference in the end for the Canes. So we will definitely have a ton of coverage of that game as we head into the new week. We'll be back on Monday to not just wrap up the week of high school football, but also talk some hoops, early season basketball happening all across the Low Country. We also have a bunch of other sports around the weekend, some softball going on, some youth action, and a lot more winter sports excitement with USCB in action. Although let me check and see if we have any scores. I believe the Sand Sharks did play very recently. I believe the women played today against Barton College, and they unfortunately fell 56-48 against Barton today. They play Lenore Rhine on Tuesday at the Cove in an early afternoon start, 1:30 p.m. tip-off. So early afternoon start on a weekday if you're able to make it out there. And then The USB men play tonight against Christian Brothers University in Huntsville, Alabama. And then they'll play again tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern time against Alabama Huntsville. So 2 games for Ron Fudala's squad, building off a win over Florida Tech. Still 3-0, unbeaten on the year are the Sand Shark men. So we will definitely talk USMU hoops, talk high school basketball as we start to delve into that. And, of course, get you ready for the Lower State Championship in 2A between the Hurricanes of Hampton County taking on Central. The Central squad, which certainly is going to provide a tough test, but I have just very good feelings about what Hampton is going to do heading back home, getting this opportunity to host a game like this. So a lot more coming on Monday night, but until then, we will sign off. Marcus, thanks for helping me with today's live watch party, I guess, in the sense of taking in what was ended up being a disappointing game. It's still an exciting one, and Carleton Prep certainly represented well here this evening, late afternoon into the evening, against a very good Williamsburg team. All right, so that will just about do it. We will see you on Monday night for the Lowco Sports Lowdown. Until then, we thank you for tuning in to tonight's show, and until next time, until next week, we thank you for joining us. Once again, your final score from Orangeburg is the Williamsburg Academy Stallions 36, the Carleton Prep Warhawks 14. We thank you for joining us here today. And until Monday, go Lowco.